Why?
Let's go!
This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it. AJ, you never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it! What the fuck are you doing?
Fuck Boston.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome. On this Winter Wednesday, June 7th, 2023, this sports program starts right now. Sports are happening. Hey, we got an NBA Finals game tonight down in Miami. 3-point spread. They're saying this is going to be a good one. The series is tied 1-1. Will the Joker be able to go into 6 foot above sea level altitude down in South Florida and put on a performance that is worthy of a dub and getting this thing to 2-1 to lead the series and stealing one on the road like Miami was able to do at Mile High just a few days ago? Can't wait to chat about that and more. Miami has 4 straight nights of exciting sports action.
Oh, yeah.
Prime time final sports happening in Miami over the next 4 evenings. Congrats to South Florida. You guys don't get enough good stuff.
That's right. We're going to South Florida.
Finally, Miami's getting some shit to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Finally, there's something to do whenever you're kind of meandering through your Miami summer night. Tonight, obviously, you got the Nugs and the Heat in Game 3. Game 3 also for the Vegas Golden Knights and the Florida Panthers, where the Vegas Golden Knights just won 7-2, and it's a 2-0 series.
Yeah.
And the Panthers might get their asses swept.
Why? Uh-oh.
Then we're back to basketball. Then we're back to hockey. By June 10th, there will be 4 straight nights of Miami action in the sports world, and also maybe a couple tied series.
Yeah, could happen.
We shall see. I can't wait to see what Miami produces for us to chit-chat about over the next few days. Speaking of chit-chat about, yesterday we talked a lot about money that was missing from some people's pockets that are now in the PGA Tour's pockets. There have been updates. There have been meetings. There have been people that have spoke out about it. We will break that all down. Rory spoke. Monahan spoke.
What?
Other people have spoke. Some smart people have spoke. We'll kind of break it all down, and we are excited to do as such because there's a lot of high horsing about this whole thing at the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
And all of a sudden, that horse, you know, they like hop down off the high horse for a second because they didn't have to do it because everybody got their message.
Yep.
So they're like, all right, we've done enough up here. So they kind of get down off it to get on top of another high horse that they're grandstanding on.
Of course.
And to get on that other horse that they're going to grand, who knows what that horse is going to be?
Oh.
Who knows? The reason why we don't know is because as they were walking around the LIV Golf players are the worst human beings on earth high horse, they accidentally did something you can't do. They walked around the back end of that high horse, and they accidentally grazed one of the buttocks.
Yeah, that's right.
And boom!
Kick right in the mouth.
And that kick, the shoe that was on the bottom of the horse was just Jay Monahan's face.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
Thank you so much for hopping on that horse with me. Now, if you could get the fuck out of here.
Sorry.
I'm going to take a couple billion for this entire thing. So how could you not cover that? Especially because golf has been yodelly. Seemingly every single weekend, golf is fantastic. What does the future look like? Everybody's been talking about that now. We shall see. The Talks the Table is here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys, 10 digs this year. You look great.
Thank you.
And speaking of looking great, one of the freshest dudes I've ever seen. 14-year NFL stud and rapper. Ladies and gentlemen, Pac-Man Jones. Pac, you look so fucking cool.
Smell me.
We got Darius Butler joining us here in about 14 minutes. He is going to...
Uh-oh, Pac.
Oh, yeah. I'm ready.
Yeah, Pac's a little
His
nervous.
ass was quiet last 2 days ago when the Vegas night won. I mean, not even a word.
Yeah, a lot of talk, though, about that Heat Nugget situation.
A lot of
because, you know, there was some things texted into the group to D-Butt and said publicly. And Darius is the walking embodiment of South Florida right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And we say right now, it kind of sounds like a shot, like he's not always like this, but certainly a good time for him to be like, hey, I'm from here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, how about it?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Can you feel it?
And they're having a great time. He's got hockey sweaters. He's wearing Florida Panthers on, jerseys on. He's all in. Heat, though, feels like he has been a Shoot fan a long time.
Yes.
Right.
So whenever you were chirping him about the Heat, especially with everything the Heat has been through and not being able to stop Joker, I feel like that one really did penetrate into his soul soul a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think there was some moments of doubt for the Heat fans. They were going
It still is.
oh no, this might be a bad thing.
Third quarter.
But then they get a win on the road, and all of a sudden he's like, "Good morning, world. Hello, world." I mean, he is. I can't wait to hear you two interact about everything going on with South Florida sports-wise. But we got some great shit popping off in this world.
Oh, yeah. I cannot believe that we have to wait, 2 days sometimes to watch sports. Like these last 2 days, it's just been weird. You look around for things to watch, maybe a show that you don't want to watch, but you say, you know what, why not?
Let me tell you a show that I do want to watch.
What's that?
And don't get to watch as much as I maybe watched it in the past.
Boom.
America's Got Talent.
Ooh.
AGT?
Nice. Was it
Last
good?
night AGT was on.
Euro or?
This is America, but none of the people I watched perform were from America. There was
It's AGT season. It's a Tuesday night in the summertime. It's AGT season, baby.
So there has been a time where my goal in this entire television world was to end up as a judge on America's Got Talent.
That's right.
Sure.
Like if I end up with a chair in the judge thing in America's Got Talent, I've done this whole thing good. That was the actual goal for a long time. Just because the most obscure shit happens just right in front of you.
It's awesome.
At the highest standard. You're going to watch world-class performances from so many different things that it's a bananas concept. It's a great show. That would be a great time to do that. So I like watching people perform.
Sure.
I like watching people do shit live. I like watching people that have trained their asses off to do something, and in the biggest moments of their life, they fucking do it. Because the amount of mental pressure that would potentially take to do anything, I enjoy watching humans accomplish that type of stuff. That's why when Red Panda was in here,
Oh, man.
I was so excited because like Red Panda's trained her ass off. And every time she's on that unicycle, all eyes are on her, a lot of pressure on her.
Yeah.
And we're talking about minuscule shit that can go, hey, that was a failure, that was a success. The amount of pressure that she has probably put on herself throughout her entire life to accomplish that stuff. Like I enjoy watching her do it. Like that type of thing. Last night was the first time I seen something happen.
Oh, wow.
These two dudes, I think from Western Africa. I don't remember the one balanced on the other motherfucker's head.
I've seen this on the internet.
They balance. So not only do you have to hold the fucker up, and like there's people that catch like bowling pins on their head and on their nose, and then they can move it to their jaw and do that whole thing. So the amount of balance that takes for your body to do, but like this guy had to be properly jocked to have another 170-pounder just bouncing on his head. Put one little plastic like leather hat thing, and then this other guy flips up on their headstand on top of his head, just like a leather little cap that's in there. And this motherfucker walked up and down steps, and then he got on that ladder.
What?
He climbed up that ladder, and then at the top he spun, had 1 foot on one side, 1 foot on the other, faced the crowd, right? So he fucking does a full turn with this guy on his head, and then they do like a
Ta-da!
and I was like, holy shit. And then he gets on the other side, and then he goes down or whatever. And he goes and then they do like this cool handstand thing at the end when they had to be exhausted.
Yeah.
Had to be absolutely exhausted.
Freak of nature.
Show's not ever holding that, and then plop the guy down, and then they do like this cool like fucking ending thing.
Ronaldo.
And it was one of the most impressive things I've ever seen. I'm like, God damn, what would have came out of my mouth if I was live at that when that was all happening? I have no idea, but thank God AGT was on last night, because you're right, Connor. When there's no sports, like the next 4 nights we got sports.
What?
It's like, oh my God.
Love it.
Oh my God.
Last night, exactly.
And then all of a sudden it's like, nah. And this is what the future looks like.
Exactly.
So shout out to AGT, but let's enjoy these next 4 nights.
Last night was a nice little, hey, dip your toes in, because this is what all of basically the end of June, July, and the beginning of August are going to be like.
God damn it.
There was a Japanese dance crew.
The Jabberwockies?
No, they had like stern dance moves like the Jabberwockies, who were lock poppers.
Yeah.
It was a female crew. They all had the same exact haircut.
Nice.
There was like 20, I'd say like 20.
Holy
Here they are.
shit.
Yeah. Awesome. Just absolutely remarkable.
So there wasn't a letdown? Like there wasn't just 1 or 2? Like there were multiple good performances? Because that's my problem with AGT.
Yeah, they did lose their fastball for a couple seasons.
Yes, they did.
When you go in there, it's like, hey, I don't know about that. Last night they had a couple, but these two were like back to back. So that was a good time for me to maybe pop in. I don't know what the rest of the show. There's a woman, calling her husband, that whole thing.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
She's from Iowa or something like that.
Is Simon still a hard ass?
No, Simon's soft. There was a kid that stunk, and he did not tell the kid he stunk. And I thought he was setting up to tell the kid that he stunk too, but he didn't. He said, like, you had so much passion up there, he said, and whenever he's talking about everything but talent, you think that Simon maybe is going to go old school American Idol and bring the hammer down.
Yeah.
I don't care if this is a 12-year-old. You know,
Right.
like Coach JB burying an 11-year-old.
Exactly.
Bingo.
Like Simon did not care the age. I think there's a little softer Simon. He has a kid now, but he could have buried a kid. He chose not to. So
That's bullshit.
That was very nice. What do you mean?
Some people need to be told, like, hey, maybe you're not supposed to do this forever.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think Simon just got to the point where he's too rich and doesn't want to deal with the drama.
Exactly.
That's right.
Who's on the panel
Exactly.
these days?
So it's Heidi.
Okay. Bloom.
It's yep.
Yeah, is Mandel?
Sophia.
Vagata.
Yep.
Ooh, nice.
And Simon and Howie.
Okay.
Does that mean is Joe Manganiello ever around?
I haven't seen him come out and just pop the tits a little
Okay.
bit.
Right.
Because he is properly jocked.
Yes.
Let me know. if
He's
Joe-
Pittsburgh properly jocked.
Yeah.
Paisano from Pittsburgh is one of the most jocked guys in town.
Yeah.
Love that any town he walks into.
Pittsburgh Italian boot.
He is Pittsburgh town.
Amen.
Hope that guy's all right.
He's
Shout
all
out.
right. He's gonna be
Please.
just
He's
fine.
working.
Anyways,
right
thank
now.
you, AGT, and any other shows that kind of get us through this lull in sports, but we don't have that for the next 4 nights.
No.
I'm very pumped to watch Joker get back on the court. You have good feeling about the Nuggets down in Miami, it feels like.
Yeah, I think we're gonna still win. I don't know. How
I like that.
Yeah, I'm with the Nuggets.
Whoever you're with. Yeah.
Now with the Nuggets, they beat the King. You can't go against it. But the Heat played the best game they've played the whole playoff series in that third quarter, going into the fourth quarter of the last game. We just see if they can do it for. How many games can they do that? I don't think they can keep doing it.
You know, the interesting thing here is when I look at you, I think to myself, like, the most John Deere fresh motherfucker
Yeah, exactly.
of all time.
Yeah.
It's the John Deere Keller scheme,
It is.
which is cooler than
Just about anything.
You should make a
anything
song.
I've ever seen. John Deere fresh.
Yeah, you should make a song about
John
John Deere.
Deere.
Getting
Man,
that out
feeling the best. I mean, there's so many
my
words right
God.
there. Out in the
there. Deere,
west.
too.
Death, obviously.
Fresh.
Well, that's the name.
Yeah.
No, just run it back.
Anyways, you look awesome. You should do that. I hope your team, the Nuggets, get a chance to win tonight. And I hope that we get to see Joker do some sick shit. A lot of chatter about Joker not being able to score and the Nuggets win.
Yeah.
They're 0-3 whenever he scores 40 points. Obviously, we've all heard that stat. It's been drummed into our skulls. But 0-3 is an alarming number that when your best player scores more points than everybody else, you don't win. And Spoelstra says, you don't know basketball.
He apologized for that.
If you think that is, did he?
Yeah.
To Ramona?
Yeah. He said, sorry that she kind of took the brunt of that.
Yeah, you were the deliverer of the question.
Yeah, exactly.
And there was a couple people that were coming after us that were like, you don't think Ramona knows basketball? It's like, Ramona was asking a question that people were saying.
Yeah.
We
He didn't say
never,
she said it.
we
She said-
never said like Ramona came up
She
with
said
this
people-
concept.
She said people were saying, which
Yeah,
is kind of
we are big. People
We're-
are saying big.
Yeah, love that.
Exactly.
Because there is a lot of things that are said by people that we don't necessarily agree with, but it's certainly real.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
Yeah.
people are saying, like, this is certainly a real thing that's happening, which we need more of in society, seeing what people that
Yes.
you don't agree with
Yep.
and what they're saying. So I don't think we ever thought that she was necessarily
No.
the creator of the
Hold on,
thought.
knows.
So whenever he goes, you fucking idiots, we didn't think he was talking to Ramona.
No, of course not.
But there was people that thought that that was potentially happened. So I like the Spo got in front of it. I assume he did not say, though, point still remains, though.
Oh, yeah.
And then
He
walk
wasn't
off.
walking back what he said. He basically just said, like, sorry that some people think I was taking a shot at Ramona Shelburne
Okay.
because I was not.
I am incredibly sorry, not for what I said, but for how you took it.
Exactly.
With that being said, I'd say it the same way every single time.
Yep.
I would hope that you would see where I was coming from as opposed to me having to see where you were coming from.
Bingo.
Next question. We got the Nuggets tonight.
Yes.
And yes, we're going to try to have Joker not have any assists. What if Spoelstra full heel?
That'd
Speaking
be
of,
sweet.
one of the greatest heels of all time.
Yep.
Oh,
Rest in peace, the Iron Sheik.
didn't want to do this.
We always hope that every time we do one of these, it's the last time we have to do one of these.
That's right.
Amen.
We have sent out requests and prayers to whoever would listen in hopes that no human would ever die again. Numerous times when we have to do moments of silence.
Here, here.
But here we are yet again, and a legend has left this earth.
That's right.
We would like to have a moment of silence for Iron Sheik, a man, Sheiky baby, that I got to meet at an event, shake his hand, and let him know that I thought he was one of the most epic heels to ever exist. Hell of a story. You learn his story, where he came from, what he ended up doing, who he befriended, who idolized him. He was in a Young Rock episode looking good.
Yeah.
That's right.
Dwayne Johnson's like, need Sheiky baby in the locker room saying something awesome. Need him at the house cookout. Need him there. Need Sheiky here, this type of place. Guys be loved by her. Rest in peace, Sheiky baby.
Rest in peace.
I appreciate it.
Let's go to a commercial break.
Smart.
I'm joking. That might be what life is like.
Yeah.
I'm joking. Anyways, rest in peace to Sheik. And also, I wish Spoelstra would have done a little healing. A little shaky baby at that press conference. Yep. But he knows he's got a lot of drama. They're in a 1-1 series right now. Need 3 more. They win the NBA Finals with this team. Man. Spoelstra's legacy, Jimmy Butler's legacy is going to go through the roof. They know it, and it is right there. But on the other side, they got a team that seemingly plays bully ball, does what they do. What? And to Pac-Man's point, there was a run in the middle of that game from the second quarter and the third quarter where Miami Heat was hitting everything and they were doing absolutely everything they could. And the Nuggets still had like a 5-point lead, 7-point lead, 8-point lead. There was really no cutting into it. And the thought was like, damn, Heat are playing the best they've ever played. If Spoelstra was to draw up, this is how I would want us to play. Right. And they played exactly like that. And the Nuggets still had the lead. We're still beating them. Then that fourth quarter comes around and everything just somehow flipped for them. Everything kept going, and then the other way, they couldn't keep up. So if the Miami Heat can continue to play this incredible brand of basketball that they've been able to knock off top seed Boston Celtics and everybody else that they've been kind of get to Game 7 and knock off, if they're able to continue to do that, Team of Destiny feel, I think we'll all be very shocked because this Nuggets team seemingly deserves their first title.
Yeah, Nuggets are awesome. Love Jokic. And to Pac's point, like the Heat did play well, but that wasn't their best game. Like the first quarter, I mean, the second quarter, they didn't play that well. It's that fourth quarter where they just take over. And it was on one of the shows that we were definitely listening to this morning. I think they're -1 point differential wise in the first quarter, -11 in the second, -12 in the third, and then they're +90 in the fourth quarter in the playoffs right now. So
pretty good.
It's absurd. It really is. And I personally would rather see Jokic win his title, but I'm finding it very hard to kind of go against the Heat because this happens every time. We think they're still dogs at home. They're the 8th seed. How are you dogs at home if you make it to the final?
And getting 3.
And getting 3 points. It just does. It's been.
Are you betting on the Heat tonight?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I am. I'm sorry, but I love Jokic. I love Jokic. I really do.
I did not know that.
The way he plays basketball is unbelievable. But somehow, some way, Spoelstra and the Heat just figure it out, and they just win games. You can say the Nuggets blew it at the end, but also the Heat, you know, they started out, they were up by, or they were down by 12 points to start the fourth quarter. 2 minutes into the fourth quarter, it's a tie game, or they're down by 2. Like, they just go on runs at the perfect moment, and they also hit shots at the end of games at the perfect moment, and I hate it as a Celtics fan.
Fun fact, the Heat were 30, 49, and 3 against the spread in the regular season. Not good.
Not good. Don't bet on them.
I believe it might have been worse in the league. They are 14 and 6 against the spread in the playoffs. The best against the spread record in the playoffs.
Completely different.
Complete turnaround.
Yeah.
And like everyone was on. Actually, it was surprising that everyone was on the Heat game 1 because I think it was 9, and then they saw what happened, and no one was on the Heat game 2. And then now everyone's back on the Nuggets for game 3. I don't know if it's because it's a short price.
How much is everyone? Like 60, 70%?
70%, I think I just saw.
70% on the Nugs.
Yeah,
Look at Connor, contrarian.
Well,
this guy's like he's the book.
Well, we talk about and you mentioned right away, 6 feet above sea level. Like if it's going to affect the Heat in Denver, you got to assume there's some sort of. I know, Pac-Man. Whatever I say that's against you, I know you're going to hate it. I respect that.
No, I'm just saying, like coming from Denver and going playing in Miami is way better. Like I don't. Me personally, I don't think it can affect you like Denver can.
So here's a real thought though. Like Miami seemingly, and I'm saying seemingly because you can't have actual facts on this type of shit, seemingly in the best shape out of any team.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
And is it because of the way Pat Riley runs the operation down there and the standard and with Spo and the cardio and conditioning and the way it all goes, old school operation? Or is it because they're training in a sauna?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's a real question.
Probably a little bit of both.
Yeah.
And 8 games. They should be in shape. They playing a lot of games. They play a lot.
Could be worn out though. Like you could get on the exact opposite side. You could say, oh, they got to be gassed because of how much basketball they've had to play. 7-game series, and then the fourth quarters are their best quarters. It's like this team seems to be built for the endurance game if they're able to just show up and show out. And it's crazy they're able to do that on the road in Denver because the way training and cardio and endurance is kind of viewed at altitude versus maybe down there in the swamp.
And I think that one motherfucker is Jimmy.
Yeah, he's real.
Yeah, I think
just wake up.
If you like the Nuggets though, like I mean, after what Mike Malone said to them and kind of ripped their asses after game 2 and kind of challenged them, like they're good and they've kind of. I mean, I don't want to say that they've like walked through the playoffs so far because they obviously played Phoenix and that was a tough series with Durant and Booker and everything, but they won that pretty easily, and then they beat the hell out of the Lakers. Like, I think maybe they got a little bit comfortable. I mean, even though they're in the finals, but like anytime a good coach like that and you have a bunch of good players, especially a guy like Jokic, like you get your ass ripped and you get challenged, I would expect them to show up tonight.
Well, and like to the Jimmy point, like he wasn't even their leading scorer last game. Like Gabe Vincent had 23 points, Bam had 20 points. Like they do have a good team. It's just everything we see on the TV is about Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, I'm talking about fourth quarter. That's why it's about Jimmy, because in the fourth quarter, Jimmy get the ball. I don't care about the first, second, third quarter because they don't do shit in the first.
Joining us now is a man who knows all about Miami, who Bruce Brown just said is 3-0 in Game 3s this postseason. First game in Miami for all the series that they've had to play, they have won, utilizing that Miami Heat on those Miami nights to their advantage. Ladies and gentlemen, a man is used to all of that. South Florida boy. Guy who's obviously an NFL vet, but now somehow the biggest fan of all time for the Florida Panthers.
Yeah.
Shout out to the captain, C.
Yeah, shout out.
And the A.
And also the Miami Heat. Ladies and gentlemen, Darius Butler.
C in the A. I like it. I like it. I love that Boston Connor's bet with us too. Damn, that makes me feel good.
Okay, does it really? Does it actually make you feel good? Or is that one of those things that you're just kind of saying then that does alarm you that some people are maybe getting onto the Miami Heat train because you guys, 8 seed, obviously 2 play-in games, lose play-in game, got to win play-in game, then you sneak in and you guys become this completely different team. He just said you guys were like 34 and 49 or something against the spread during the season, and then now you guys are 16 and 4 against the spread in the postseason. You guys have completely flipped. Why is that? How is that? And do you think that they get this done?
Yeah, we had a lot of injuries during the regular season. We didn't care much about the seeding. Like, hey, just get us in there. We can fight. We can turn it on. Get out. We don't care, like the culture down there. We don't care who gets the headlines. We know Jimmy is going to get the headlines most of the time. We don't care who gets it. Kevin Love gets thrown in the starting lineup last week. Everybody's like, hey, man, I don't know how they're going to do this. He comes out, crashes the board, outlet passing, just completely changed the momentum. But what I love about Connor jumping on this, I wouldn't say jumping on the train and jumping on the bag. He's just a good gambler, right? He's been watching this. He knows.
Connor Combs is a gambler.
But first of all, don't get on here talking about good gambling, and you owe me. You down in the gambling series.
Done yet. Connor knows this team better than anybody else in that studio right now. We had a ton of playoff battles with the Celtics, so he knows how things get when it comes to Miami. So I'm excited about our opportunity down here. I think we win both of these games down here. I think that first game in this series was an outlier. We were coming off a 7-game series against Boston. It was tough. You go up in that altitude, it's going to kick your ass. Second game, we found our feet, and Bam. Bam's been aggressive this series. 25 shots in the first game, I think 14 in the second. We go as far as Bam takes us.
Hey, why was he so mad?
I am down to you currently, Pat.
Why was he so mad at that PR guy?
I don't know. I don't know what happened. You know, you dealt with PR a lot when you were with the Colts and obviously now. But so when that guy, he probably some interview he set him up with, probably somebody he let get an interview that he shouldn't got an interview with. I have no clue what it was behind the scenes. But hey, as long as Bam pissed off, we like it.
In Pac, you're saying the Golden Knights are up 2-0.
Yeah.
Who cares about finding your feet in Denver? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And he been real quiet on the hockey nights. Ooh. He had one night that he and you popped your collar on me. I respect that. But
hello, world.
His goddamn broom ready. I don't think y'all winning no hockey games down there in South Florida.
Hey, I'll take them Knights. Some dogs, some absolute dogs. Your Knights, your Golden Knights, they're your Nuggets now too. But hey, they're some dogs right now. But I'm a huge hockey guy, Pat. You new to this arena. I'm a huge hockey guy. Let me take you down. Let me take you back in history. 2011, the Boston Bruins were down 0-2 to the Canucks. Guess who won that series?
Who's that?
2009, the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Red Wings.
They were down 0-2.
That's
Who
right.
won that series in 7?
The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Pittsburgh Penguins. So we know the series doesn't start until somebody gets a win on somebody else's ice. I think we'll hold down home ice, but I have been quiet. You don't say much when you get your ass whooped.
Hey, you do remember, though, that NHL team, the Atlanta Braves, they were down Or were they down? They were down 3.
Down 3-1, maybe? Was
Yeah.
it 3-0?
And they were playing against the what's that?
They're playing against.
It was the Penguins. They beat the sorry, Fox. They beat the Red Wings.
Come on.
Actually, in
No, but different.
What did
different
the St.
year.
Louis Battlehawks do? The St. Louis Battlehawks.
They were playing
in the
Atlanta,
NHL.
Yeah, Atlanta Thrashers.
That's right.
Yeah, they were
6-7 years
were
ago.
they down 0-2 or were they down 0-3 maybe?
I forget what it was. You remember that, D-Butt? Did you see what the Battlehawks did on the ice?
Nah, I was a Hartford Whalers fan at that point. The Connecticut guy.
It don't matter, Pat. Everything you just read right there. Houston was a rooster. It won't happen.
Shit.
Oh,
You smell
I
me?
like that. I'm gonna write that one down. I like that.
yeah. Used to.
If ifs and fists were buts, then we'd
We
be
all
drunk.
be drunk. Yeah. I mean, what a time there. The Golden Knights, though, real deal.
Yeah.
They're real deal. Florida Panthers are also. You guys got some chippy play out of the boys. I don't know if you were watching the other night. We're talking like late punches in the face, cross checks to the back with punches to the back of the head. I mean,
Chuck.
Which is what you have to do when you're getting beat by 5 goals. You know, you got to do something to kind of sway the momentum a little bit. And that is the one thing I would say, D-But, you're talking about holding serve down there. Like, these haven't been, tooth and nail close game. Like, the Knights have dominated and beat the fuck out of the Panthers in both games. Like, I tell you what, your boys down there are going to have to find some magic.
He's not wearing that sweater. Look at he had that thing on.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I'm saving it.
Where is it?
It's in the dry cleans right now. I'm saving. There's a lot of sweat in that thing. I got to clean it out. But Bob will bounce back at home. He got pulled out of the net down 4-0. He'll bounce back. It was ugly. What we lose 7-2. It was absolutely ugly. We were starting shit. You gotta start some shit when you get your ass. But we try to change the momentum and do something. It didn't work. But Chucky, Bob, Swaggy, Duke, we'll all be rolling down here in Sunrise once we get down here in this. It's a long trip. Hopefully, it's something to get something out of them Knights. They tough. They scary, man.
Yeah, you're damn right. You guys playing a little dirty. Got to do what you got to do down there.
Got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, it's tough though with this Golden Knights team. They're so mature.
Yeah.
So mature. They're getting punched in the face late. They're not even responding.
What is that about?
Well, that's what you guys do, I guess. This is, I've been a Penguins fan since birth.
Yeah.
I've loved the Pittsburgh Penguins. Obviously, the Red Wings, that was a good little run until the Red Wings just completely fell off the place.
So bad.
You're next, pal.
Face of the earth. Well, there's a chance people were saying that, but who knows? Sidney Crosby's still on the squad. We are
management.
we are going to play there. Getting to know this Vegas Golden Knights team, I want to let you know, they're built for this shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
They're about it.
Like Jackie Aces comes in, and Jackie Aces, it ended with Buffalo terribly. Like the way they talk about him, you would think he's all into that team. Like it's like they view themselves as like an island of misfits almost because the expansion draft, everybody's just kind of sent there. Like their teams don't want him. For instance, Marchessault or whatever, he was a Florida Panther, and then he was put up for the expansion draft. Now he's in Vegas. He has a Lambo out there that says like
Vegas born.
This is like they're all very proud that they are like together. That's a tough team to battle, especially when they're incredibly tough in a sport like hockey. But hey, Kachuk's a superstar. Back to basketball though. Tone has a question.
Yeah,
for you.
D-Butts, now that we're back in Miami, I was wondering, like, who's the Spike Lee, who's the Jack Nicholson of the Heat? Is it Khaled? Like, when we're talking about being on the floor, who is the ringleader of the on-the-floor seats down in Miami?
Let's go.
Khaled is on the floor. Hopefully it becomes Messi once he get down here.
Yeah.
We got a young lady who always wears a different decked out Miami Heat dress. We got a lot of different people, a lot of different celebs that are in and out of Miami. We don't have that Spike Lee, that Jack Nicholson. Not that I can think of right now, at least.
How about you? Why don't you go pay $20,000 a pop?
Yeah,
come
Go
on.
put your foot on the wood.
All 4 games.
Can't afford it. That's above my tax bracket. The Saudis have not called me yet. Can't afford that yet. Got kids. Got too much going on, baby.
Hey, I'll tell you what though.
They do.
The Saudis could buy every courtside seat to every NBA game forever.
Yeah.
The rest of the time.
In perpetuity.
Forever. We want. Which one do you want?
All
of them. At which game? All of them. G League? Fuck, G League.
Sure.
Yeah, might
all
as
of
well.
them. And then they just leave it empty, and then the Crown Prince just comes in. He's sitting all by himself, and that thing.
And 30 Falcons.
And 30 lined up falconry, just doing that entire thing. Where's Khaled? He's in the studio. Is he at the games? He was in the Bahamas, I saw. Does he know that the NBA Finals is happening? He obviously knows that. He's so focused on the studio album. It's like, hey, pal, we also need you courtside with the pillow underneath your shoes.
That's ridiculous. But
DJ Khaled? Whoa. You're saying DJ Khaled's ridiculous? What is your problem?
Whoa.
I mean, that's a part of who he is. Of course he's ridiculous. All he does is win.
Whoa!
Come on.
But
No matter what. The pillow under the shoes was a little,
Matching.
a little OD. But Khaled does, his shoe collection is crazy, as you would expect. But a lot of golfing, a lot of studio time. There is no summer without DJ Khaled. We know that. But he'll be I would bet he'll be on the court tonight for sure.
Hell yeah, I hope he is. What if he just has 2 golf clubs with him?
oh, that'd be sick.
What if at halftime he comes out and he does that full court putt thing? He's like, all right, this entire section right here wins pizza on me, DJ Khaled.
Be the best.
And he
Two
makes that.
golf bags.
Oh.
It's the Let's Go Golfing, and then it's the Let's Golf. So you got to, come on, you got to have the Louis. You got the Louis golf bag. You got the.
You want to know how I think that happened? So he was promoting Let's Golf.
Yep.
Yeah.
Remember, before the Golf Digest cover,
Yep.
he was promoting there for like 4 days. Let's golf, let's golf,
Yep.
let's golf. And everybody's like, wow, Khaled, actual good golfer. Holy shit.
Stick.
Yeah.
DJ Khaled is a golfer.
Yeah.
And then he would always, let's golf, So then the fucking article comes out, the magazine comes out, and it says, let's go golfing. I think there's a chance there's a miscommunication between what the saying is and what they're going to report, because now he's let's golf and let's go golfing in each of them. And I think he was forced into the let's go golfing. He's like, well, that's not what I was fucking saying. What I was saying was let's golf, man. That was his thing.
Backed into a corner.
So I think maybe Golf Digest added the let's go golfing.
Come
It was
on.
like,
I just saw you in the sim though. What did you end up in that round? What you end up hitting?
so I hit a 7 on 9. That's not good. 2 balls OB, but the reason why they want OB is because I hit the ball too good.
So
you
no
tell
problem.
me, went over the green into the water there at Pebble Beach. Everybody says 8-foot gimmies. It's a little bit. Yeah. They normally give you 6-foot gimmies on a sim. I bump it up to 8.
Sure.
And not every 7-footer is going to fall. Okay. So I understand that I'm stealing stuff here.
I got a question over the gimmies. I know you guys you've been golfing longer than I have. So sometimes you get paired up with some random people and, you get a putt and it gets close and they just kind of get it out there like, oh, you made it, you got it. What's the deal with that? Is that like, because I don't like gimmies. I'm not good enough for gimmies yet. What's the golf?
They think they're doing you a favor.
Yeah.
They think they're doing you a favor.
What are they giving it to you on? How many times is it taking you to get to the green?
No, when I'm on the I'm talking about for par ball, it doesn't matter what stroke it is, but once you get it, let's say it goes out the cup and it's like, 4 inches from the cup. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you
deserve that.
That's good with me.
Yeah.
Nah, hell no.
If you have to ask, putt it out. That's the rule.
But they're trying. That's
put
them
it
trying
out.
to be nice. That's them trying to be nice to you, not the complete opposite. It's not like, I don't want to see this guy miss a fucking 3-footer.
Exactly.
That's them saying, hey, don't even worry about it. It's good with us. Normally they say good with us, right?
Yeah.
And they're kind of.
Yeah, they be like, that's good with me. That's good for me. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
hey, that ain't good for me. I got to see it go in the cup.
Well, hey,
But I don't
listen,
know.
you can tell them that, but they are trying to just make your life easier.
Trust us, D-Bucks. That's good for you.
Take
That's
when they
good
give
for
it to
you.
you, take it.
Yeah. Forever take it. Forever.
Yeah.
Forever.
And I'm at the stage now, and I'm not a big time let's golf. I'm not a big I haven't golfed for a long time. I try to golf, but I'll tell you what, I'm lobbying for everyone they give. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Steph Curry's dad, Del Curry, this fucking asshole. He was watching me booze at this one event. This was my first time really competing against anybody in golf. First time I was in the Bahamas. It was awesome. Place was cool. It was the Aaron Rodgers versus Chris Paul thing, NFL guys versus NBA guys. I was not brought in there to golf at all. I was there strictly for vibes, and everybody knows that. But I put together a pretty good little. I wasn't playing that bad. It was me and Thielen versus Chris Paul and Del Curry. Those are good golfers. And me and Thielen. Thielen's a great golfer. We're doing well. Yeah. I won with Scobie before then against Ray Allen and
Tyler Johnson.
And then we played Chris Paul and Del Curry, and it was I don't know. It wasn't alternating shot. I think it was just best score.
Yeah.
I think it was just best score or something like that. Thielen's a stick, so we're good. Del Curry was watching how much I was boozing. He saw me the night before and everything like that. And I had no shoes on, and I was having a good time out there. And I would get up there 2-footer, 3-footer, and I'm like waiting for them to say it's good, just like, all right, okay. And Del's like, I'm gonna have to see that.
Yeah.
Del actually says out loud. So first one I make, boom, fuck you, Del. Then pick it up, because I'm trying to let him know, I'm trying to play a game now, hey, I always make those. You know what I mean?
It's automatic.
Del did not believe me, though. He did not. 3 holes later, it was closer.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna have to see that. Damn.
Every time.
Lip
I got to
out.
see it go in.
Lip out.
I got to see it go in.
They win the hole.
Yeah.
Damn.
All of a sudden, now I got a little beef with Thielen. Del is happy as fuck walking off. He's like, that's a full mental game. So I would say personally, as somebody that doesn't love the putting aspect of golf, which is a mess, take the gimmies. But they are just trying to help you out, not the other way around. How's your game? You suck? You good?
I'm getting better. I just got some new clubs, which they haven't come in yet. But when they do come in, I feel like I'm looking forward to that because what I was told from the guy, they probably tell everybody this when you get fitted for a new club. Oh, these clubs, these are for 55-year-olds. Your swing is too strong, or this, that, and the third. So once I get these new clubs, I feel like I have a better gauge on where I am. But it's a tough game, man. It's a tough game, but I like it.
So stiff shaft ones, you got to swing now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You're gonna have.
That's what I got. I'm going to the stiff shaft. Yeah, my stick when I was swinging was like 65 grams though, so that's too light.
You shouldn't be wiggling, I guess, but I gotta. Anytime I try like the stiff shaft, people tell me like, "Oh, you swing. You should try the stiff shaft." If you don't fucking swing,
you gotta go after it.
That thing is going way right because you can't get it around because it's way behind or whatever. Mm-hmm. So good for you, man, getting your own set of clubs. I got my first fitted pairs here as well. Pac tried to break them, but they're right up.
It is best.
They're right up here. They're my first time. I've been training every morning. It's a good time to get good at golf, bro. How would you feel? Okay.
Let's go, D. We all gonna get good.
How would you feel? Yeah, hell yeah. Let's get very good at golf. Now is a good time to get very good at golf.
Absolutely.
It feels like there's more money going into golf than there ever has been before. Let's get good at golf. Let's golf.
Let's golf.
Let's golf. You know what I mean? But let's talk about yesterday as a professional athlete. And obviously, in the NFL, I think we are all much more prone to, and I guess the NBA as well, we're thinking business all the time because we get introduced to a sport in a league that is business. And normally when you get introduced to the NFL or to the NBA, you're happy to be there. Oh man, I get to play a kid's game.
Oh, yeah.
For a king's ransom. Yeah, this is so much fun. I love football. This is amazing. And then you get fucked. Mm-hmm. Something happens business-wise. You get cut because there was, we need another corner. So you're a linebacker that needs to get cut, actually. We'll bring you back next week. They're not bringing you back next week.
Right.
And then you get signed somewhere else. You're getting paid significantly less money. You're getting cut. Like there's moments that happen that introduce you to the business like, oh, these people do not give a fuck about me, actually. They are just only worried about what I can do for them. So I need to be viewing it the exact same way. How do we both make money off of this? When the LIV Golf came in and they offered guys $800 million.
What?
And $500 million.
What?
And $300 million.
What?
And $200 million.
What?
And $130 million.
What?
And those guys all say, no, I'm taking a stand. While wearing, they got Nike check marks all over their bodies.
Yep.
Okay? Nike check marks all over their bodies, whatever other sponsor they have. And I assume those companies completely clean. Completely clean.
No dirty money.
Completely clean. And they take a stand as if they are doing this for the PGA and they are good humans and they get celebrated for it, which I can respect as well. When I heard $500 million turned down, it was hard not to just be like, damn, good for you. You must come from a great place, but good for you, dude. Like, that is really noble of you. I didn't understand why everybody was mad at the guys that took a bunch of money, but the guys that didn't take the money, it wasn't like we bashed them. It was like, yeah, good for you. And then Jay Monahan just says, thanks for doing that. You kept our league alive. Now that you did that, we're actually going to take the payday that you might have passed out on. So thank you for not taking it. They seem, even though they have a $620 billion budget, they have $500 million more, Rory, because you.
Yeah, right.
And Tiger, when we were negotiating, there was actually an extra $800 million actually in there because you. So thank you.
Great move.
And Zalatoris, we were able to sneak because we were like $150 million off, and then they're like, actually, we're going to give that to Will Zalatoris, so we'll just give it to the PGA.
Add that in there.
So like it all kind of. Could you imagine how they feel? Rory came out and said he's cool with it. I'm a sacrificial lamb. I was the one to help keep PGA together, and I guess he will be remembered for that. But could you fathom the way Monahan kind of seemingly did these guys that are his superstars, and they're handling it, and they're going to be classy and everything like that. Damn, that's tough. I thought about it all last night, like 10 times.
Yeah. Brutal.
10 times last night, D-Blood.
$800 million for Tiger, $500 for that's tough. And who knows what the other numbers were for, the other guys that turned it down. And then for them to flip, what is this, a year year later, they flip and, getting the business together, not quite a merger, but getting the business together. They got to be sick to their stomachs, man. But this is how business goes, man, especially with a lot of people on these that get to that podium, whether it's CEOs, head coaches, politicians, they always feed you the bullshit. We all argue and talk about it, and the people behind the scenes find out how to grease their palms the best. And this is just played out just like that. I think Jay, he'll he'll still be right in that same position. You know, there'll be a lot of talks for months, and then he'll keep going and be in that same position. I think Rory has already kind of backed him, like, yeah, he can get through this. And Rory will be all right. Yeah. Tiger's definitely going to be all right. But, I mean, it's absolutely
they'll be okay.
For the guys who turned down 50, 100, 150. Like, that's absolutely nuts, man.
And I think Jay Monahan is the golfers and Jay Monahan and Lil Clay see each other more, I think, than like Goodell and the players.
Yeah. I don't know how he keeps his job.
I mean, he's going to.
No, for sure, 1,000%. But like, those guys want to fucking kill him today.
Allegedly, it was 90-10 negative to positive reaction in the players-only meeting. Didn't even know there was a 10%. And then when I heard the 10% was potentially Rory.
Exactly.
Rory actually came out, I guess, and said to the 227th ranked player, whenever he called for Jay to be resign or whatever, Rory said, just play better golf or something like that. It's like, Rory said? Damn, because I thought Rory potentially in the front of the line going, you're going to have to explain to me what the fuck just happened.
You owe me $500 million.
So it's like the 10% positive allegedly almost came from like the person that we thought would potentially be the most negative. But, I mean, good for Rory.
Some of Rory's comments makes me think that they assured Rory that he's going to get his.
Yeah, so that's the interesting thing. Kyle Porter just reported that Monahan on Rory and Tiger stated their loyalty would be rewarded. And I was talking, no big deal, now we're texting each other, Scott Van Pelt. And I said the only way that you really, because he said there has to be an aha moment. That's what Scott said, I've been covering these things for too long. At some point, there'll be something revealed that'll make you go, oh, that's why they made the decision. Right now, seemingly all question marks. What if the aha moment is like they already...
that. Ain't no aha moment. You turn down 100.
Hold on, though. What if they negotiated that all these guys get like 80% of the money that they were offered? Or like 75% of the money that they were offered is already in the negotiations, and the guys just don't know that yet, maybe? Or they haven't like got that... Like, that could happen, right? Because you're talking about a never-ending pit of money.
Right.
So there's a chance that they're still going to get their money, which is everybody's big question mark about the whole thing is obviously sold out to a place that doesn't do great things.
Part of it.
Over history. But on the other side, you fucked over your guys.
Yeah.
So not only did you sell out here, you also sold out these guys. That's a tough thing to kind of come back for.
Not good.
And then boom, what if they're like, well, all that 75%, is 75% not good? They don't have to do it? And it's like, yeah, I guess that would be the this is how this is going to work out thing.
I've seen a lot of the aha moments might be the litigation and the PGA didn't want to go to a deposition and open their books and reveal that they might have just been bleeding money and all of that. That's what I'm seeing a lot of that.
Yeah, but I'm talking about for the players.
No, I know.
Like, players.
Has to be the money thing for the players. That would be the only thing that makes this right.
It's all money.
Oh, yeah.
Only thing.
That's why Rory would be saying that. Is that if he knew, I'm still getting $350 million in this deal.
So much money still.
Yeah.
And like Zalatoris is the big one.
Yeah. For sure.
Zalatoris is the big one. Who knows if he's going to be able to play golf?
Who hurt his back, right?
Yeah. He
hurt his back.
Yeah, pretty important part.
Yeah.
He could have 10x his career earnings.
Let's 5x these things. Let's juice these.
Let's
juice the Live Plus.
Saudi's on a hell of a PR run right now. I don't even think it matters much about the sports. I think it's more about diversifying for them, but that's a bigger story for a different day.
No, we talked about it a little bit yesterday. We talked about diversifying and then becoming a fully westernized culture overnight, trying to become that. Because I guess over there, all the restaurants that we eat at over here that are chain restaurants, I guess they're all in Saudi Arabia right now. Like all the chain restaurants you think of, they're over there right
Dominating.
now. I guess they do well over there. There's obviously a 500, I don't know if it's 500 billion or 50 billion or 500 million. So much money being spent to build a ski resort there. They're trying to build up their soccer league. Like I think like overnight they're attempting to catch up to like everything that's happening in the world.
Yeah.
$500 billion ski resort. Yeah. That's gonna
be a nice ski resort.
Fun.
$500 billion ski resort in Saudi Arabia in the middle of the desert.
And the Olympics are going there. So I mean that says something at least.
The Asian Winter Games, Saudi Arabia wants to build an enormous ski resort in the middle of the desert. The mega project called Trojena is expected to cost an eye-watering $500 billion. So I think that's what they're attempting to do. Now, you can think a little deeper about the business side of this whole thing. They've made money off of oil for a long time. Long time. Now, is there a chance that oil consumption is going to go down a little bit with the modern technology and everything like that?
Already down 50%, yep.
There it is. So are they attempting to, maintain being forever super ridiculously, hilariously wealthy in the future? Are they trying to project ahead and try to turn it all? Probably, we assume there's some business side of it, but they got a lot of money.
Yeah.
And that money's going everywhere. That money's going everywhere.
Spending.
You think they come after the NFL? Think they start a football league?
So they would get a team, right? I think they would just try to buy a team.
Oh.
Whole fucking league.
League would be tough, I
A
think.
team would be tough too.
Well, they've bought
Maybe
teams.
do games over there, but like a team.
No, because it'd be like they'd buy.
No, them buying a
They'd
team.
buy
here.
it. They'd buy it when there's expansion. They'd buy a team in like London because I think the guy who runs the PIF, like he's the chairman of like Newcastle United,
Yeah,
so they're
EPL.
already in
Yassir
EPL.
Rumia.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
EPL
Like I think
yeah.
that would make the most sense. Like whenever there is expansion, it's like, hey, these guys will pay whatever the fee is to get a team in London, or because they already have a presence over there.
So imagine Bezos in the NFL and then these guys in the NFL.
What if they just rebuilt every stadium?
so much
Brad.
money, dude.
Like they could actually do that.
They would still get taxpayer money somehow to fund these stadiums too, somehow.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that would be a thing.
Well, that's like the Broncos guy who used that fund.
Yeah, as soon as they get the Walton.
Yeah, the Waltons.
The Walton family, we're $20 billion or whatever. As soon as they get in there, like, we're going to need this fund to give us $150 million because we got to do some upgrades to the stadium. You guys get it. And then the NFL's like, yeah, smart. This money isn't even anybody's money. It's just
Yeah.
kind of money is just floating around.
Cycles.
If you want it, you got to do what you got to do. So much money, though. Like, a lot of people were listening to us talk about it yesterday, and they're like, I'm trying to pay my bills, and we're talking about an $800 million loss. It's like, I understand what you're saying, okay? And I concur completely. With that being said, just quickly put yourself into Rory's Nike pants and Nike polo and Nike shoes. And then think about staring at a piece of paper and said, hey, we'll give you $500 million
Guarantee.
right now. All you got to do is come golf less at this other league. And Rory goes, I will not be bought.
Not my ethics.
He goes to Jay Monahan. They tried with his accent. They tried, you know what it is. They gave me $500 million offer, $500 million they were going to give me.
That's nuts.
I didn't do it because I want the PGA. And Jay Monahan's like, thank you, sir. We will never forget you.
You're the best.
And then a year and a half later, Jay Monahan's like, so you guys were going to give Rory 500. Wow, we got all of the Rorys. We got
a lot of them.
Rory and, you know what I mean?
The
So
next
what would you
Rory.
give- what would you give? I mean, yeah, I just told him he's a fucking idiot. I mean,
What a
he turned out
fool.
$500 million. Some of these guys just have no concept of what the world is about. You know?
our tour.
And then Jay just says, boom, give it to me. That's a crazy thing to think of no matter where you are in life, how it is. That is a crazy, I don't want to say backstabbing, but seemingly
For sure.
just throwing somebody completely under the bus.
Yeah. I mean, at least for the fan, and now I'm a fan of golf. At least, hopefully, we get the best players playing against the best players.
There it is.
Week in, week out.
And that's what Jay wanted.
Yeah, exactly.
Jay said there's too much tension in golf. We want all the good golfers in one place. We need to have it. Connor has a question for you, D-Bud.
Yeah, D, but now we're just talking about, people just, and money and all that stuff. How's Bitcoin doing? Because last time we checked yesterday, and you are someone who claims to have diamond hands, last time we checked, Bitcoin's down about $40,000. So where does that sit right now?
From what? From the all-time high? I mean,
Yeah, from
Bitcoin's all right.
68.
Yeah, Bitcoin's all right. Bitcoin,
Down $2 more grand today.
Bitcoin, Ethereum, those are the long plays. This is not financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only. But those are the two cryptos that are still good out there. I mean, there's a lot of shit coin going on, a lot of finessing going on in that space. I think those two are still the good ones. But Apple, that's where, Apple, for now, later, forever, pass it down your kid. That's obviously.
All right, let's talk about Apple real quick. What do you think Messi was offered by Apple, by the MLS, by everything to end up at Inter Miami? Huge news. Miami continues to win in the sports world. What are your thoughts on this? Obviously, Beckham making big-time plays, but Messi officially coming to the MLS in the form of Inter Miami, and I think we're all very pumped about it. It's only on Apple, though, I think, and some games on Fox, so hopefully we'll be able to see what he does, but the cheapest ticket went from like $25 to $329 for these Inter Miami games, knowing that Messi's on his way. Instant impact business-wise, also instant impact credibility-wise for the MLS.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for the Saudi League, we would assume Benzema potentially here,
For sure.
and maybe Cristiano Ronaldo, depending upon how these contracts are being constructed. What is Miami doing? Buzzing right now with the thought of the best player on earth coming down?
Yeah, they're buzzing right now. And the current stadium that they play in is in Fort Lauderdale. We were promised a stadium in Miami right near the airport that they haven't broke ground on yet. So hopefully this advances that. But I would assume that Messi probably got some cut, obviously, to Apple and Adidas, and probably like perpetuity, like forever, So obviously, Saudi getting offering $300 or $400 million a year, that would obviously be great for, your playing career. But if you got something that's going to pay you forever, and once again, this is another person who, how much is your lifestyle going to change with the type of money he's already making. We were talking about this on the show, actually. I was in the Thunderdome. This might have been during the fall when this news broke. So obviously I'm excited about him coming down here. Definitely going to try to get into some of those games.
I can't wait till you put that fucking jersey.
When he still got it.
He's got the jersey on.
I'm going to throw that kid on for sure with old Messi down here.
Oh, you're going to go to the pitch and throw the kid on and maybe get a couple digs in and support Messi, formerly of Barcelona. Allegedly, he was going to go to Barcelona for like however many months to save their company.
Right. 6 months.
And then he was going to come to Inter Miami and get offered a bigger company.
Yep.
So he was like, I needed to at least do a favor to this team that I grew up with. Let me save their company because once I left and went to PSG, it ended. Didn't see him at PSG at all.
No, not really.
What happened at PSG?
Barcelona fell off? After?
Yeah, I guess.
Financial-wise.
When he left, like business-wise, it kind of just all crashed.
The pandemic.
So there was a thought that he was going to go back, play for them, kind of save their business almost, and then he was going to go to Miami. Allegedly, that was going to happen.
Well, is there a worry, too, in Miami that if Messi comes and then the Heat and the Panthers lose, then Messi is cursed in Miami all of a sudden?
The Miami Messi curse.
Bingo.
Wow.
Something to think about. I'd be worried.
Hey, did you see, I seen a picture out of a lady's house down there in Florida, actual Florida Panther outside stalking her house. Did you see that?
Hell yeah.
No.
There's like 200 of these things left. Tampa, maybe? I don't know. It was on the nightly news. I guess there's only like 200 Florida Panthers left, and they just look like American lions.
Sweet.
Pretty much. And there was one just walking outside of a lady's home, looking in through the window. Middle of the day. One of the most
terrifying,
freaky looking. It looked like a fucking jungle cat walking around.
No thanks.
So sweet.
And it's during the NHL playoffs with the Florida Panthers doing their thing. I thought it was like a pretty cool little sign.
Yeah.
But then it just walked into the woods, I think.
Well, I mean, if you...
There it is. There it is.
Oh, what the fuck?
That's in your state.
I mean, that's a Miss Brooks situation, correct? The teacher you guys had with the orangutan?
Yeah, she had
that was a pet, though.
Yeah, she had a pet orangutan.
Oh, this one isn't her pet.
No, this lady said, I felt uncomfortable, like something was watching me, and then I turned, and it was a jungle cat. And then boom, Florida Panther, only 200 of them left. Very much near extinction.
Good omen.
You think it's a good omen?
Good omen. Good omen. I'll take it, but I mean, 200 of them left. That's a bad looking motherfucker too. Look at the muscles. Sheesh.
Thing's awesome. Pretty jacked up. I mean, I don't know
the Gators.
I don't know how it would do with an American lion out there in the mountains.
No chance.
I don't think that'd be fun.
You think mountain lion, American lion, first Florida Panther, who wins? Mountain lion?
Who has the higher ground?
Well, this is like the Nuggets in Miami. They'll have 2 games up there, and then 2 games down in Florida.
So in a 7-game series,
it'll be a 7-game scrap.
Lion? What's an American lion?
That's
what that one is.
Out in Denver. You know those things out in the mountains?
Panthers are actually larger than mountain lions, apparently.
Nah, not that one. Not that one we saw.
Yeah.
Not that one that we saw.
Do Panthers have that in the repertoire?
What's that?
In Denver?
No, in the mountains. These things are up in the mountains. They the only reason why I know they exist and know that there are some bad motherfuckers is because there was a viral video of somebody walking their dog or something on like a mountain trail, and then all of a sudden this thing just walks out and goes, "How you doing, motherfucker?" And it is massive.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the person starts backing up, and this American lion goes on its hind legs and then goes and starts fucking floating down the street.
Yeah, I did see that shit.
You remember that? Those are the real deal.
Yeah, when they were like, the hell, woo.
I didn't know those existed in our country. I had no idea that could happen upon one of those while walking around.
I didn't know these motherfuckers was in Florida.
200 of them.
That's news to me. Sheesh.
So Panthers are larger than the American lion? What is the American lion called, actually? We started calling it.
I thought it was the American mountain lion.
Yeah, just mountain.
I actually thought
mountain lion.
Yeah.
But they are based here in America.
Yeah, yeah, that's our type.
I'm seeing one that just got filmed in Michigan that is giant.
A mountain lion?
Yeah.
They're in Michigan?
The hell?
Got to be the UP.
Get those things out of here.
What the hell's UP?
Wolf had something
By the way, this Panther Debo was in Naples.
Okay, so out west, but still, shit. Didn't know they were here. So 200 of them? All right, got to keep my eyes peeled. I'm outside a lot now.
Yeah, keep your eyes peeled, too, for a
I knew the
sweep.
Gators.
Yeah, that's right.
Nah, we cool. We cool on that.
What if you guys get
100%
swept?
cool
What
on
if the
that.
Golden Knights just sweep the Panthers?
It's possible.
chance.
Oh,
Real
They,
possible.
look, they are some dogs. Obviously, we're down 2-0, but hey, we ain't scared. Home ice, we're going to
Should
hold
be.
it down. We
Aiden
got
Hill,
Chuck.
though.
I don't
Uh,
know.
Aiden Hill standing on his head.
That's
like
Aiden?
that guy from America's Got
That's
Talent.
Aiden.
We almost need to just put Aiden Hill's head on
guy.
Both
on
of those heads.
the. Yeah. Yeah.
Thinking
Yeah,
we
it's going to be tough to
should.
score on that. He's a jungle cat, a panther, an American mountain lion,
What?
and somebody that's going to win America's Got Talent at the same goddamn time. He's a dog, as are you. We appreciate your time. Have an incredible day, buddy.
Appreciate you, fellas.
Hello, world. Ladies and gentlemen, Darius Butler. All right, let's get to a break. Hour 2 will be on this side with AJ Hawk. We have Greg Olsen joining us at 1:30 to talk tight end U.
Okay.
Third year of this. They're really building something here.
Yeah, and quarterback's going out there now too, right? Like last year.
Yeah, so I don't know which quarterbacks are going, but last year Trey Lance was there.
Yep.
Josh Allen was there.
Zach Wilson, I thought.
CJ Beathard.
Yeah, because somebody's going to throw the ball.
That's right.
Man, maybe Tannehill this year.
Maybe they need to get Baker here so that he can work it too a little bit.
That'd be good. Yeah,
Not
'cause
bad.
Ryan Leaf told me on the internet
Yep.
that you could go back to his OTAs and find great throws. So let's not overreact too much. Great take by Ryan Leaf.
Great take.
Appreciated him saying that. But it is hard not to overreact whenever you see routes versus air, and a lot of the time air winning. But we got nothing but time to figure everything out everywhere.
That's right.
And that tight end U is something that's helping a lot of tight ends. I think business-wise and on-field-wise continue to evolve the position. I can't wait to chat with Greg Olsen, who's got that Fox job for another year.
Should be long.
He does.
Keep your head like this, Greg.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, huh?
Best year ever coming up for you, hopefully.
Maybe Greg should get one of those things like a Splunker thing, but it has a rear view mirror on both sides because Tom Brady's fucking,
That'd be sweet.
I'm coming.
They have
Know what
those
I mean?
glasses. They have those glasses with the peripheral
Oh, yeah, with sunglasses on the side.
Yeah.
Greg Olsen needs those because Tom Brady's
on his heels.
like a fucking Florida Panther.
He's on the
That's right.
Tower of Terror, riding amusement park
I
rides.
thought he was kind of chill. Let's get to a break. We'll be back on the other side. Great second hour coming. Plus your phone calls on a 5 Energy phone line. 1-833-432-3663. 1-833-4-DO. We hope to hear from you. Can't wait for it. Be a friend. Tell a friend something nice. Take 5.
Pat McAfee sell on your stunner at WrestleMania. Where does that rank all time? That's got to be pretty up there.
Man, top three. And I got to say top three because The Rock, number one, the way he oversold, and Scott Hall and some of the other guys that took it. But I mean, Pat has a natural feel for the business, epic performer, great on the stick.
I apologize that you're a punk bitch.
Athletically, that match he had with Theory was awesome. And then the kicker was not only the sell of the stunner, but to lay there selling, still guzzling the beer, the presence of mind to ad-lib and improvise it like this is a moment without even thinking about it. I think he's amazing. He's very entertaining. And as a human being, I like him a whole lot. And here's an off-the-record story. The second night that we were at Mania, I was just planning on drinking whiskey with my Broken Skull Sessions crew. And so we had a bottle all lined up, and we were just going to drink during the show and show respect to the people that were working. Well, Vince called me into his room and said, "Hey, man, would you come out in the end, stun me, McAfee, and Theory?" And I said, "Sure." So I couldn't drink until after the show. Okay, so the show happens. I go out there, stun all those cats. Brock Lesnar gets done with his match, the main event with Roman Reigns. And me and Brock have been wanting to bond together and have a few cocktails to begin with. And he goes, "Hey, man, you got anything?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Where are we meeting?" He goes, "My locker room." So it was myself, Brock Lesnar, Larry, one of the trainers who's been there forever, Larry, and Pat McAfee.
What a day, what a dream, what a life. Now I'm going to have a couple more Steve Weisers. What? Maybe a little whiskey. What?
And we took down a fifth. We just passed the bottle around. At first we were drinking out of little cups. Then it just turned into the bottle. And we took down a fifth of Maker's Mark in about an hour. And then we all went our separate ways.
And we fucking did it.
And I heard through the grapevine that a couple of those guys woke up with severe headaches.
Really, and I don't want to undersell this, really hungover. You know what I mean?
From what you had inside the ring that we saw on camera, and then what was there a thing afterwards?
Well, there might have been, yeah, a lot afterwards.
But it was a bonding moment, after a big show like that of 4 guys, and I just barely met Pat, but he was already one of the boys because of his football background and how everybody, in WWE has taken to him. And me and Brock's relationship goes back a long way, as does Larry. So it was a good time, and that was one of my highlights of WrestleMania, a behind-the-scenes moment that I shared with you.
Hello and welcome to the special investigative report. Much has been made in the media world on the life and charitable donations of the man Pat McAfee, especially lately with the rise of the ever-popular Pat McAfee Show, a show that in his own words, stinks. We thought it privy to dive into the inner workings and machinations of this tiny business, this small regional show that has reached international discourse. We sat down with the suit himself, Bruce Brown, to figure out what, where, when, why, and how they're able to give away so much money to the viewers of this incredible program.
So yeah, when you enter a Pat McAfee Show giveaway or win a FanDuel merch picks contest on Sunday, essentially, the entire hashtag will be downloaded into an Excel file, and the winners will be randomized within that. And then we do a quick scumbag check, basically click on the profile and make sure, you aren't a robot or blocked by Pat. And then it'll be transferred over to Dirty Gertie, who creates the Winter Wednesday graphic, which then runs on the show each Wednesday in a commercial break. If you win over $599, we're going to need your email, or you can email giveaways@patmcafeeshow.com. If it's under $599, all we need is your cash tag. And if you win merch, obviously we need your size, address, and what you want from the store. Usually I'll just reply to you on Twitter. If you have any questions about any giveaway, whether it's cash that you either are waiting on or merch, you can just reach out to me on Twitter or email giveaways@patmcafeeshow.com. Please give us about 1 to 2 weeks to sort out your prize. That's typically how long it takes. But again, if you have any questions, just reach out to us.
We reached out to PMI's money man himself, CFO Phil, for an on-camera interview. Regretfully, he declined the segment, but he did give us the salacious, juicy details.
In an email correspondence, CFO Phil replied, $2.6 million year to date. Too much money. There you have it. $2.6 million given away, a pissed off CFO, and a show that quote unquote stinks. Good night, good morrow, good luck, and good fortunes.
Hey, why? Let's go!
This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for. AJ, you never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God
damn it! What the fuck are you doing?
Boston
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this Winter Wednesday, June 7th, 2023. Hour 2 of the program starts right now. Sports are happening. We got a finals game tonight. We cannot wait for it. And then for the next 4 evenings, including tonight, the Miami City will be hosting finals night in, night out. Let's enjoy the hell out of it because there's coming a time here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right around the bend.
Yeah, can see it.
There ain't going to be shit on.
Nope.
Okay?
Nothing.
We're going to be hoping that America's Got Talent continues to bring out people from West Africa that are standing on each other's heads.
I hope.
We're going to hope that maybe some content creators make some magic because with the writer strike happening.
Man.
That's still happening?
Is that what it does? Will that affect me in the next couple months or is this going to affect me later?
Yeah, probably later.
Okay, so this isn't a part of the problem yet.
Yeah, not really, unless like there need to be rewrites for shows that are going on right now, which typically like I don't think that would happen. So
we're hoping that these Hollywood people have done a good enough job thus far that we at least have something to watch whenever sports stop here.
Yes.
And I know baseball is going to happen and lacrosse is going to be taking place. We're getting into lacrosse.
Here we go.
So that's going to help seize the day and seize the moment. I don't know if every single game there's going to be a conversation about lacrosse, but I hope maybe that'll become the case at some point. Instead, we got to worry about all these other people kind of making our life happy. Let's enjoy tonight.
Yeah,
Let's enjoy competition. Let's enjoy sport. Let's enjoy watching the greats be great and seeking a championship trophy for their cities.
Hell yeah.
Talks tables here at Boss Connor and at Ty Schmidt. One half of the hammer, Dahn. Cowboys Tony Diggs is here. 14-year NFL vet Adam Pac-Man Jones is here. And joining us live from Manhattan, Ohio is a man who's a college football national champion.
That's right.
Whoa.
Still got the ring.
Pretty big deal.
Can't fit on his fingers because
Exactly.
but he wears it on a necklace whenever he goes into a car dealership in Columbus, Ohio.
Has to.
And says, you got one of these? That's why I thought I'll take one of those.
Yeah.
And then he just gets to drive any car he wants out of that fucking place.
That's right. Does it all the time.
He's a Super Bowl champion. Same exact thing whenever he's in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Speaking of Green Bay, they have the football team there, the Packers. He's the all-time leading tackler for that team. A lot of people have put the Green Bay Packers uniform on and tackled other humans. Nobody has tackled more humans than this guy.
Unbelievable.
He's the champion of Ohio. We all know what that means. Something.
Of course.
He's a COVID survivor, father of 10. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk. AJ, how you doing, pal?
I'm doing great. Just took my ring off, had my ring around my neck. You know, I do that all the time.
Yeah, not a bad play by you, especially over there amongst the Ohio Fox. I guess now you just have to kind of put that Ohio champion trophy on a necklace.
Yep.
So whenever you walk into the local O'Charlie's, they give you
Of course.
Free app.
free app.
Yeah, the Chop House.
Yeah, give you all that type of stuff. Let's talk about some sports happenings around the globe. Obviously, tonight the NBA Finals have their Game 3 down in Miami. You think Butler and the boys are going to be able to go back-to-back in this series in which they look like they're going to get completely blown out of? Do you like the Miami Heat at home? They're 3-0 in Game 3s at home this particular postseason. This team does something special. 8 seed that lost their first play-in game, then won the next play-in game. They had 2 play-in games, which is weird, but that's neither here nor there.
Right.
No.
Because that would be a play-in game.
Yep.
Yeah. 7, 8, 9.
They lost
10.
the 7-8,
Yeah. Anyways, they go on a run. Or the Denver Nuggets going to remember who they are. The team that swept the LeBron James and Los Angeles Lakers out of the fucking primetime slot that they had to hang out for 10 days with no basketball. You think the NBA was happy about that? No, who cares? The team's so damn good. How do you see tonight going, AJ Hawk, as we stare down 4 straight nights of Miami sports action?
So first off, what's the line here for this game?
3.
Miami is favored?
Underdogs.
Underdogs at home. Are they pretty pissed about this?
It has been all.
I think they're pissed about everything.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I mean, honestly, I like Miami. I really do. And I'm not with the 3 points or whatever. I'm picking Miami to win this game at home. I'm not saying they're going to win 2 in a row, but I definitely think they can win this one tonight.
No, this would be 2 in a row because they won the last game. So
you know what I mean? Don't they play 2 in Miami?
Yeah. You're talking about the next 2. Got it.
I think Denver needs to split it in Miami, obviously, and I think that probably happens.
Okay, so that's a full-on prediction there from AJ. Tonight goes to the Heat, money line plus 128.
Love it.
Don't even need the 3. Fucking keep them at home.
That's right.
Ooh. Then next game, the Nuggets are going to be bad.
Yeah, look out.
They're going to get used to that weather down there. You know, they're not going to be out and about down there on South Beach. They're going to be used to putting the ball in the basket because that's what the Denver Nuggets do.
It's always about what's the angle, and Ty reminded me of the angle when Malone basically blamed Game 2 on effort. So Nuggets tonight for me because of the old big E word.
Look for foul issues, maybe.
Effort. Too physical.
Too much effort.
Yeah, depending upon who the refs. Do we know who the officials are?
Not sure. They definitely have been announced on Twitter, but I don't know who.
Is it that guy that had that burner that was talking shit on everybody? He's a big Celtics fan. What a scumbag.
No, he is not allowed to tweet because of that investigation. He's not a big Celtics fan.
Yeah,
he was.
No, his family was, and then people pulled up that, well, why was he making this face when they scored a basket? It was a ridiculous basket, okay? It was a great shot. You see refs all the time go, whoa, stuff like that.
Yeah, especially in WWE. Like, I think whenever I was doing my superplex, you saw the ref go, oh.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know if you're seeing that in the fucking NBA. On a
yes,
pretty,
you are.
A consequential play like that?
Yes, you are. He's also at mid-court, so it's not as if he's standing underneath the basket, calling a foul on the guy.
Tonight we got Penny Brothers, been around long time.
Great.
We got
ref.
Josh Tiven. This guy is straight out of the Harvard lacrosse squad, but I ref basketball.
That's right.
He knows
great
ball.
ref.
And then obviously you got Kevin Scott, who's just having a good time. Happy to be here.
Big smile.
Keep it moving.
Yeah,
Just having a good time.
He's happy to be here. So these guys are going to be in charge of it. But you think of that effort thing, it's like, all right, he's talking about
That does make me worry. I almost forgot about that. That makes me worry, especially when an NBA coach coaching a team that has a two-time MVP guy on the squad, and he's super pissed about effort. I'm like, all right, this guy, from everything we've seen, this guy coaches him hard and he holds him accountable. So that does make me worry a little bit. I think Miami has too much at home, though.
Pac-Man's pronouns when it comes to the Nuggets are we and our, and that's how he's talking about them now.
Yeah.
You feel that way? You think that they win no matter what?
Yeah, I do. And we haven't lost 2 games in the playoffs, 2 consecutive games, the whole playoff series. So, hey, the Denver Nuggets are a way better team. Did they get complacent the second game when they was up? Yes, they did. And Jimmy Butler and the guys came alive in the third and fourth quarter and ended up going on the run and did good. But I just don't see that happen again tonight.
Let's go to the phones here on the 5 Energy phone line. Let's go to Dustin in Oklahoma, spelled OAKLAHOMA. What's going on, Dustin?
Oh, no.
Oak.
A lot of good trees.
Love that. Love that.
Hey, Dustin, good to see you, man. Great trees over there in Oklahoma. I've been to Pineclahoma, and they had so much Christmas celebration.
That's a good point, actually.
What do you want to talk about, Dustin, pal?
Delicious.
Fernlahoma?
I wanted to talk to you guys about there's a YouTuber named Tom Grossi that's doing a 30 stadiums in 30 days thing. He's going to be in Indiana on Monday. I was wondering if you guys might give him a shout out for the St. Jude. And
Hold on, that's
give him a
happening
phone
now?
call
I thought that was
Monday.
happening during season. That's happening right now?
Yep, no, he's doing it for the month of June.
Oh, shit. I did not know that. We should look into that. I'd seen people rumblings of it. I assumed it was during the season. It was like, all right, whenever it happens during the season, we'll definitely link up. We know Tom Grossi. He's built something very special, and I think he's an incredible talent, this guy.
Was he on the program?
What's he doing? What does this mean?
There was some guy.
Fan. I don't know. We are fans.
European dude who was on the program who was doing that.
Thank you, Dustin. Right? Yeah, there was an Australian, wasn't there?
Or was it Australian?
I think
that is not Tom Grossi, no.
There was an Australian, though, that did the whole every single stadium thing.
Yeah.
He was nice
driving to every single stadium?
I don't know what he's doing. Every single day, I would assume he would have to be on the move.
NFL stadium?
Is he on a bus?
Right.
There's a plane in that
when
logo.
he's there?
What?
There's a plane in the logo?
Well,
Yeah, there is. You're right.
Stealth bomber.
I don't think it's.
But what does he do at these stadiums? Does he do a report on them?
Up there at the top.
He's just there.
I think he's just experiencing it, telling the
That's
story.
a hell of a tour.
Parachuting in?
Well, Rick Ross said if you're going to parachute into his house, into his yard, all good. Just let him know whenever you're jumping out of the plane.
Yep.
But if you're trying to jump the gate or whatever, I'm going to have to do what I have to do.
That's right.
But if you're going to parachute in, you're good. I don't know if that's how all the stadiums are viewing Tom Grossi. Seems like it's potentially already kind of a...
That'd be sweet.
If he is parachuting in to 30 stadiums in 30 fucking days, legend.
Yeah.
Superhero.
But also taking the trip in general, legend. I can't wait to hear the stories that come out of it. There's a lot of things. Whenever you go visit a stadium for the first time, you see and you hear and you learn about. So much history in a lot of these places.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and they don't get viewed that way because there's always so much turnover. It's like turnover next day. How's the team this year? Is it good? You don't really get a chance to think back of everything that had happened in the stadium unless you go do a tour of the stadium, which I would assume he's doing. I think there's probably going to be a lot of great tales that maybe we have forgotten about that kind of come through Tom Grossi, and I can't wait for it.
Do all NFL stadiums have like tours that you can do like that?
I think
like
so.
The Packers do.
I think so.
I think so.
I assume.
Colts have one.
Like every
all the
day.
time?
He got one.
I don't know if
Cincinnati got one.
I don't know if it's all year. I think there's tours because there's like obviously a pro. Any tour you do. I was very lucky as a kid to get to play soccer in Europe, and every time I played soccer over there, you know, to pass time, you go see these fucking castles.
Yeah.
Okay, you just go see these castles. It was cool. At the time, I wish I would have been told how cool it was. You know, because
so boring.
I was about done with the like after the third one we did.
Yeah.
Okay,
They're all the same.
all the poor people had to come in here and fucking build this thing.
Yep.
They lived in it for a year and a half, and then they got on horses and they fucking rode for 17 days that way and hopped in another. I get it. They are beautiful. The structure is a fantastic thing, but it's all literally just to lead to the pro shop on the way out.
Yeah. Right.
Like this is all just a way to get you to
Buy.
boom. And now, would you like to buy some stuff to commemorate
You
your time
should.
here? It's like, oh, this is good. I'm like 13, 14 years old. Like, this is a weird thing for them to be telling us right now. And then at the end, it's like, oh, there's a shirt to that story.
Yeah.
You were there. I'm like, oh, this is all kind of a work. You know, I'm like kind of figuring it out as a teenager. I think every stadium tries their best to get people in and then to the pro shop as fast as they can. So I think the tour thing's real. Now, I know Green Bay does it at a whole nother level with the museum.
Right, exactly, because they have the Hall of Fame in there and all that kind of stuff. Like, yeah, I didn't know if all other stadiums have where you can just like go buy tickets.
I know the Shore
whenever.
Pittsburgh?
Yeah, New England does. But they also, like, that's the other thing with Green Bay and New England. Like, they have an entire area where, like, the Hall of Fame, the museum, all that.
Patriot Place.
Yeah, well, Patriot Place, yeah, but even just.
Is that
like
on the other side? Or are they kind of connected?
It's connected. It's like this. There's massive stairs, but it's Patriot Place, walk downstairs, entrance to Gillette.
Got it. And where's the museum and everything?
I believe the museum is inside Gillette. They have like this place where they do like conventions and stuff, and they hold events. Not like concerts, like actual like dinners and stuff. And
Is that where we were? We had an event there.
That's what I was going to say. I assume that's where we were.
Yeah, we were in that kind of like hall, but there's still, you could walk to suites in that area.
Yeah, it's over in the, I believe it's still the Putnam Club is what they call it.
It was very nice.
Yeah, it was.
Very,
And they had
very
like
nice.
cases for trophies and stuff, I
Yeah.
believe.
See, I don't know if the Colts don't have a Hall of Fame. Does Pittsburgh, do the Steelers have a Hall
They
of
have
Fame?
it used to be the Heinz Hall of Fame, which is right at gate.
The Great Hall.
Great Hall. Right as soon as you walk in the gate, there's like the whole area where they have a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
In Cincinnati, you guys
No
go
Hall
tour?
of Fame in Cincinnati.
Tours, though, right?
Yeah, they do tours.
Have to do
tours,
tours.
suites, then end up at the pro shop.
Every single time.
Yeah.
Get you to the pro shop.
Well, with teams like adding on and making additions, I assume they're putting in a lot of that stuff because of the money.
Yeah, you'd want to think ahead and be like, we can even sell tickets to give tours here where we welcome them in here. They go through here. Oh, there's the locker room. Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I think that's where I remember. That's how I found out about the tours, because I'll get people taking a picture with my locker and my name's not on it or anything, and I'm not there, and they're like, just got to sit in your locker or something like that. I'm like, so the person that gave the tour had to tell you that piece of information.
Yes.
How many people ask that? What is the tour? And it kind of happens like monthly, I think.
Well, and like the Patriots photo that just came up, that is where the Hall of Fame is, but they're adding on. So like the Patriots Stadium itself is going to be different, and I assume that would be part of the tour. Yeah.
Are the Buffalo Bills going to do with their new stadium? You think you would prepare for that?
I would imagine. I mean, that's when it's not the actual season and you don't have ticket sales and stuff like that. I feel like that's a very easy way. I mean, you charge $50, $100 a pop to go in and see the entire stadium, go into the suites, go into the bowels of the stadium, and then at the end, hey, fucking buy a Josh Allen jersey.
Own the sports bars around it too, everything.
Yeah.
Own all of the restaurants. Where people keep them there. Let's try to keep these people here for 15 hours today.
And then when they're here, it's just our money too.
Actually, never leave. You're right,
The hotels owned by the teams, stores and restaurants that are being leased to the team or from the team, and then go into the Museum Hall of Fame that we put together. You bought tickets for to the team, and then the pro shop on the way out to the team, and then thank you, have a good one from the team.
Yeah.
That's quite a little day trip or 2-day trip in the off season to see your favorite team that has done so much for your life and brought you so much happiness. Green Bay has that fucking figured out.
Oh yeah,
At least in Pittsburgh, there's 4 to 5 different levels of the tour. So I assume multiple stadiums do that too. There's like a $10 tour where you just kind of get a walkthrough. There's like a $50 tour where you get a much larger experience, and so on and so forth.
Oh, you get different levels of this thing.
Yeah.
You want to shake the hand of the man that actually holds the door open for when the team comes out of this locker room. He has a 20-minute or $20 per hour fee, so you're gonna have to bump the ticket 15.
Yep.
That's right.
You only pay 10. You look at him, you don't get to touch him.
No shaking the hand.
Who's all in there? The highlight tour is a public tour. At Stadium Highlights, $10 per person. Then you have the ultimate Acrisure Stadium with the Heinz tomato ketchup bottle on the back. Smart. $25 for the full stadium tour. School group, $7 per person. That'll be fun. The Acrisure Stadium Dynasty tour, $75. That one's a good one. You see the iconic stadium before game day and the Steelers Hall of Fame, Hall of Honor Museum, and then the game day tour. Okay, $250. 1 hour. get a behind-the-scenes look at Steelers game day. You even get to clap him out of the hallway.
Exactly.
Out of the tunnel. You get to touch Kenny Pickett's ass.
Whoa.
Pretty sweet.
350.
Happy birthday, Kenny.
Happy birthday, Kenny.
Happy birthday, Kenny.
And Mrs. Trubisky.
Mrs. Mitch.
Look like a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did look awesome. I assume those like $10 ones, they probably put at 3, 4 o'clock. So you got to go there at 11 or noon and use all that stuff around the stadium.
What's that?
So like for Patriot Place in Lambeau, you make that tour start at 3 o'clock. So you got to get there at 12 and eat at the places around and kind of experience the whole thing.
You think Pittsburgh's doing that?
Still, oh no, well Pittsburgh doesn't have one of those places, do they?
No, they just have what they got right down the road. They got Jerome Bettis' Grill out of business.
Yep.
What? Out of business?
Yeah, they got Heinz's out of business.
I don't know if they are starting to own basically the whole
North Shore. They should be.
Except for the casino.
Because they got
probably trying to buy it up. If they haven't, I'm sure they're trying to buy it up.
There's Tequila Cowboy right over there.
Yeah, I assume they own the parking lots between PNC and Acrisure and all those restaurants and stuff.
I'm pretty sure they got a cut of everything going in there.
I'm pretty sure they do.
Sure.
Except for the casino. The city owns that one.
Let's talk about getting a cut. Do you think Rory McIlroy is getting paid 70% of the money he was offered from LIV in this new deal from Jay Monahan and the PGA? Do you think Tiger Woods is getting 70 to 80% of what he was offered from LIV in this new deal? Do you think Will Zalatoris, Matsuyama, Scotty Scheffler, and the names go on and on about hundreds of millions of dollars being guaranteed to players and then them saying no in the name of the PGA, and just a year and a half later the PGA going, yeah, we'll take all that money actually for us instead of them? Do you think that that's potentially a caveat of this deal that we haven't really talked about enough?
I mean, it has to be a possibility, but the question is how much. There's no way. I don't think there's any way they promised them, hey, we'll give you 70 or 80% of the 500 or 700.
What would you accept?
Offered.
I guess it's 50% is more than zero.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. What would you? I get 50% would be nice, but also it's not just the top guy. It's not just Phil. It's not just Rory. What about even other guys? Like, hey, I could have gone. I would have. They were going to give me 12. Like, what about those guys? Do they get paid?
Yeah, $30 million offers are life changers.
Yeah.
$30 million is a life fucking changer.
Yes.
Nothing in comparison to 800, but obviously a $30 million offer for somebody that's like 150, 100 in the world.
227 guy.
227. Who knows if you're going to get there? And you're like, I'm gonna stick with the PGA because we don't know what you're going to do. This is a little bit better. I'll continue to pay my way and hopefully get paid and hopefully somehow just start beating all these people that are so much better than me that have been my entire life. But I'm going to do it for the PGA. And it's like, yeah, does everybody get 50% of what they were offered? $620 billion in that fund.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely do it.
Well, only 120 billion in the fund now because 500 is going to that ski resort.
Well, that oil money is a little different. Oil money is different than all money, I feel like.
So Monahan, though, like we can learn, like Monahan could have negotiated for that, right?
He could have. Yes, he absolutely could have. Why would LIV agree to that? Hey, yeah, we'll give Phil 400. We'll give Rory 2. Like, why?
Because they would participate in LIV events, I guess, because now they're
going to have to. If they want to play golf, they're going to have to play.
No, so I don't know. I guess they're still, and Rory said today, I still hate LIV. I hate them. Don't want to see them.
Wish they'd go away.
But I think LIV is having their season, and like PJ's having their season. Then there's combined events, allegedly, I think.
Everyone's reporting, not reporting, but speculating that LIV is done. So it'll be the PGA Tour, and then what's it called? What are the 3 letters? Are funding it?
PIF.
PIF. But everyone else is speculating that LIV itself is done.
So that new entity that they are funding is being run by
PGA.
Yasir Al Rumian. He's the
chairman. Yeah.
He's the chairman of the new league.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's going to have, or LIV's going to have any say in the PGA, I think, which is kind of like what everybody's talking about. The most striking terms of the PGA LIV merger, the Saudi Public Investment Fund is now the exclusive investor in the new golf entity. The fund has a right of first refusal for any new investment, and also old buddy's the chairman of it, the guy that made this deal. So Andrew Brandt says, in the simplest terms, they've bought golf. So any idea that comes out of the PGA or any golf thing that takes place, they get the first right of refusal, which is a big deal.
Huge.
Hey, you get the first right of refusal on any deal. That's good negotiating. You know what I mean? That's isn't it, AJ? We learned that firsthand.
Yeah, I'd say that's a big deal when it comes to contracts. But so what could these investments be? Like, what are they talking about? Different events they put together, different companies they work with? What is it?
I don't know, maybe another match or two or
the prize money
stuff, what the events are, what elevated events are. Yeah. Like, I think what the goal is is that everything just gets bigger, grander with more money.
Yeah.
But I think also the goal from the LIV guys is like, also, let's get us all, are we all going to be back in the thing? Because like Brooks, I don't think Brooks cares because Brooks is in the majors.
Right.
And he's getting paid a shit ton of money. But now if he gets to compete against all those guys, I guess every single week, his legacy could be better and everything like that. Monahan could have negotiated a payment. Did he? We shall see. Rory's on his side. Rory's on his side seemingly in the meeting, saying like, just play better, you fucking scrub or muppet or whatever. And then McIlroy kept quiet until Grayson Murray, the world's number 227th ranked golfer, shouted for Monahan to resign, saying, we don't trust you, Jay. You lied. People died. McIlroy, he didn't say people died. McIlroy yelled back, just play better, Grayson. Stop bitching. But in a mutinous atmosphere, the world's number 3's defense of Monahan apparently did not achieve unanimous approval. Golf Channel first reported the exchange, and another source has confirmed to Telegraph Sport that Murray responded by telling McIlroy, oh, fuck off, Rory.
Nice.
Fuck off. But to Rory's point, and to everybody's point, this is a professional sport. So, like, do gooder. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, that's what professional sports are.
There's more money to make now. There's more money at the end of it if you do play better. But yes, I do understand why it would not be unanimous that people would not agree with Rory trying to support Monahan.
Well, and Rory being vocal in Monahan's camp is something I think I was very surprised.
Yeah, he has to have something. You're right. Jay had to talk to him and made him feel good about it. Or maybe like you get some points somehow. Like, hey, well, I don't know. How's this work?
Well, could they just
has to be something.
Yeah. Could they figure out what Brooks and Phil got yearly of that money? Of the $200 million, of the $150, and then just pay them for the 2 years that they would have gotten.
I wouldn't piff live about
I think they got a signing bonus, bro. I
thought
think his money was signing bonus.
It was all up front.
I'm assuming that that's out of the question. They're not getting all of the money, but if they were just going to do something, because wasn't it the thing that when Brooks won his tournament, they don't get extra money. They just get more from...
No, it goes into the reimbursement.
Like a retainer.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a retainer.
That's what I'm saying. So it wasn't as if they're getting anything on top of that. So
I think it was a signing bonus, though. I think the money was like right up front.
All
but if they backed out,
or
they had like $300 million fine. Like if you backed out of the deal, they got gigantic fines.
Yeah, the players you're talking about?
it's $200 million.
How long was the deals, though?
I have no idea.
They didn't say
no
really.
term.
Yeah.
Everything was being discussed as
Until
signing bonus
until
shit.
death.
I don't know if it was until death.
There's
I don't know if I was one of those.
I don't
guys.
think
I wouldn't
so.
care who I'm playing against if I was getting the top 500 or 300. Like, if we're in the locker room, people like, oh, I want to go over here and play the PGA just so I can play better talent. No, fuck that. I'm at the top of the board over here. Why would I do that?
Yeah, so the thing...
As a
go ahead.
consumer, I might want that. But as a player, no.
Yeah, well, I think the reason why you're saying that is because there was potentially a time in your life where money wasn't the most prevalent thing. Yeah. So there's a lot of people that have been telling me, like, what Rory and Tiger did was honorable and they didn't do that whole thing.
Of course.
Yeah, it was.
And I'm like, you've just always had money around you, I guess, is the thing that you're thinking of, that you're not really seeing from the other side. Where if you come from little to no money and you understand what that life is like, and then you see somebody get offered like $500 million, it's hard not to immediately go, pal, take that, okay? Nobody in your entire family tree will ever have to experience what we're kind of experiencing, but I think there's a lot of people that have never had that even thought of having to live that, and they're like picking and choosing where they take money from. Like, no, I won't take that money from, It's like, good for you, bro. Like, congratulations at being at a stage where you can pick and choose where money's coming from. And what money is deemed good money.
Of course.
And what money is deemed bad money. You even having those conversations, like, good, hell yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people, though, that are like, every money's dirty money. You should see where the fuck they say cocaine's on 90%.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that not there's dirty money fucking everywhere.
It all spends the same.
You know, so like now that I will not stop thinking about Tiger and Rory and then Monahan doing that probably for the rest of my life. I put that tweet out last night just because I couldn't fucking take it anymore. I'm like, everybody needs to know that I am thinking about this, and I would like it to be on record that I'm still thinking about this because it is fucking bananas. Joining us now is a man that was bananas on a football field.
Wow.
Yeah, we're talking about incredible at what he did, and obviously every single team he went to, he was a fan favorite. I like to consider him modern-day Captain America. He's incredibly handsome, incredibly talented, and could do absolutely anything that he wanted to do. do, including being an incredible tight end on the field, an incredible leader, and then also a man who gets in the booth and calls a game flawlessly since day one. Fox's #1 color commentator, Greg Olsen.
What's up? There is no greater announcement in the TV business than the McAfee Show.
Well, I will let you know, we take great pride in letting the people know that are watching or listening that the people we're talking to have accomplished stuff. Like what you have done.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, what you have done is very impressive. Now, you obviously got the Berensey Bears above your head right now.
It's the Charmin Bears. Charmin, presenting
okay.
sponsor of TEU.
Other side.
Okay, shout out, Sean. And then you got the Gatorade bottle there. I think Glacier Freeze Gatorade Zero may be the best one, but you got the old school lemon lime. That is, I don't know if you should be drinking that at all times. You know, a lot of calories. You got obviously, Chubby's is there. Bridgestone, Techno Gym.
You like that?
Levi's.
You feel good about this background? I was told I needed to use
Bud
it.
Light, huh? Whoa.
Bridgestone?
Then there's a group photo of the entire crew if you were to just slide there away.
Wow.
Oh! This is like Bill Walton's backdrop, but just
you see the new. Do you go back? Can you go back to the wide? Do you see the little trophy up there next to the helmet?
Yeah, hold on. Big news, because I do believe this is the first year that there will be a tight end university player of the year award assigned to, I assume, the greatest tight end in pro football, college football, high school football. What is it, and how do we get started? And congrats on the 3 years of this whole thing.
Yeah.
I remember the first conversations about meeting up, and none of us really knew what it was. We were hoping that it would be a business conversation. We were hoping that it would be a football conversation, and we hoped it would be a good time. Seemingly, you've hit it out of the park every single year. Now you're coming up on your third tight end university. It's bigger than ever, and you got an award coming out. Let's go, Greg.
Come on.
You guys are doing it, dude.
We appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, the hope is, and this is going to be like a serious award. It's being voted. So everyone who's attending, all the tight ends from around the league have already submitted their vote. We will give the award out. I mean, we got a big ass. The people who make like all the top trophies, they made this like special TEU. It kind of looks similar to that little picture. And it's like a real
Oh, that's not it up there? That's not it?
Wait, that was the actual trophy.
No, it's going to be it's a bigger version of that.
Okay. Oh, like the Stanley Cup.
It's not going to be like 6 inches big. Anyway, never mind.
They should have properly proportioned.
Yeah. Like Laura.
That's on us. Next year. Next year.
Okay.
But no,
that's
so
just
we're
a
gonna give it to
baby-sized version of the trophy. It's not a Mickey.
Just so we're clear.
No offense.
Just so we're
It's
clear.
not a Mickey Mouse trophy.
Whoa.
This is a real trophy, really voted on, very serious. Sorry about it.
Right, and the hope is, very similar to, the awards that are given out in college or the awards they give out at NFL Honors. So hopefully that this award over time becomes an award that guys take a lot of pride in, and they go out, and if they're recognized as the TEU tight end of the year, like this is a real deal award, and the hope is that it builds over time and credibility. So we'll give out our first winner here. Look at is that the actual Stanley Cup or that's a fake one? Okay.
What? Oh, yeah.
How good is your bicep?
Hey, I've been getting
Do that again.
Hey, Greg, I've been getting after you. You know what I mean?
Hey, before we talk anymore, I would be remiss if I didn't say, I know the big deal. I know the big deal at ESPN. First of all, you deserve an applause.
No. Oh, thank you.
But more important than that, I'm sorry, that's the second coolest thing you've done in the last couple months, weeks. How are we doing being a dad, brother?
Yeah, dude. I see how
Are we
comfortable I
killing?
just
Are
sit
you a
into
good dad? Are you tell me what's your role as a dad? I'm interviewing you now on your show.
Yeah. Thank you. Our show was good. We get a deal, big deal. Now you take it over. Probably going into the dumps, but never.
Yeah, but just real quick, are you a great dad? Are you a hands-on dad?
Yeah, I feel like I'm a hands-on dad. I feel like my baby and I got good mono with each other. You know what I mean? I feel like she knows me. She knows my smell. She knows whenever I'm touching her. I think Mama's kicking a lot of ass. Okay, and we just had our first projectile poop, I guess.
Nice.
Happened today, just a couple hours ago. Shout out to Mom, taking the diaper off. There is a poop in there. Let's go ahead and get a new diaper in before getting a new diaper on. We're back at it again. Vesuvius is all over the place. I mean, so I'm enjoying the hell out of it, though. We're getting.
Well, congrats, man.
Thank you. You're a great dad, obviously, and your podcast is one that hopefully inspires a lot of parenting. And I will certainly listen to any tips that you have, and we'll seek out tips in this entire game. But my wife and I are getting to a point now where there's starting to be a little bit of a rhythm.
Okay.
Starting to be a rhythm. There's a couple I don't think I was prepared mentally for what those first like 3-4 weeks were. I didn't look into it enough. I didn't ask enough questions, I don't think. I don't think I did enough research. Boy.
There's a lot of things that happen in the middle of the night that, like, in the morning you just ignore, you don't talk about, like the whisper shouting fights at each other over who's, and then in the morning you like pretend it didn't really happen. I love you. Last night it didn't really happen. I love you.
Dude, and then how about what
It's a wild time.
It is wild, dude. It is
wild.
nobody talks about those. I'm happy we're doing this right now.
No, you don't talk about those nights, but we've all had them.
Bro, it's like you think about that and then like you are exhausted. Like I feel like I'm a pretty high energy person, don't need a lot of rest. But whenever you're just like fully freaked out while looking at something, like, okay, that's a sound, don't die. It's like a full panic for, I don't know, 20 hours a day.
Oh.
It's like, that is exhausting thing to get to. So I didn't think I was going to be able to survive. To be honest, I did not think I was going to be able to survive the whole thing. And I was like starting to seek out my friends that have kids, like, how are you? You guys are superheroes, dude. I don't know. And then now we're getting to a point where it's like we're kind of catching it. It's great. So I appreciate you asking and thank you. This is Baby Lordo, not full size, although I am getting properly jogged. I found myself getting in better shape with the baby because I would like to live longer. You know, I'd like her to.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean? I'd like to be around her longer because how cool she is. And man, it's a fucking wild thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
Sam, you're kicking ass. Anyways, go ahead, AJ.
Oh, Greg, speaking of this trophy, who's going to vote on this tight end of the year? And is it a big group of people? And do active players
Everybody
actually
that went to
vote
the
too?
camp.
Yeah,
All right.
you just
But I'm
said
thinking,
that.
vote for yourself. Can I vote for myself is what I'm saying.
Of course not.
That's a good question. No, you cannot vote for yourself. But no, yeah. So we send it out to everybody who's across the board who's coming to the camp. So we have a couple former guys that come that
People were
are
wondering.
players, right? So like Gronk last year, so Gronk's coming this year. Last year, Dallas Clark came. So like even guys who aren't coming necessarily as current players that are a part of the TEU kind of universe, everyone gets a vote. I casted my vote a couple days ago, and yeah.
Who'd you vote for? Who'd you vote for? What was the criteria?
Here we go.
What is the criteria?
Yeah.
I voted for Kelsey.
Congrats.
I'm happy to share my vote.
Front runner.
You know what else? You know what else is I hope it got added into the reason why you voted for him? At the White House.
That was all time.
You know how many people missed that moment? He did not miss the moment. He did not flub a word.
Nope.
It was perfectly executed. And I think that type of brilliance and genius needs to be recognized whenever it takes place. The guy's seemingly crushing life, dude. Crushing life all over
He
the
is
place.
crushing life. I got a text message from him the other day for the first time in like a few weeks. I'm like, bro, I thought you were gone. Like I thought you had just like moved on. And I said, where have you been? He's like, I've been everywhere. I was like, yeah, no shit. Every time I turn on the TV, you're somewhere else, bud.
He's like,
The guy's crushing it. Hey, well deserved though. I mean, hey, live it while you got it.
It could be the first ever Tight End University Award winner. And I would like to let you know in the notes your people sent over here. Didn't want to bring it up, but
No.
you need to hear it.
Have to.
They spell my name wrong?
No, your name's spelled right. How could they get your name wrong? You're a dog, dude. Obviously.
Everyone knows.
What
Everyone
happened?
has
What's on the
G-Reg
notes?
Olsen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
Got
an
it.
easy
Got it.
thing here.
What happened?
Bullet point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the award. Okay, maybe we move up a little higher. This is the first time.
I'll talk to
Middle of
him.
the
Let's go.
I'll talk to him.
For the first time this year, we will be awarding a special TWU Player of the Year award. Oh my God, it's right there next to the E.
Twoo?
And when you're capital letters, you know what I mean? Autocorrect
Yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah.
Because
It's tough. Yeah, we're professionals. We'll work around that.
Yeah, you absolutely will, because that's what the tight end position does. It's gritty. You know, you need a block, we'll make a block.
No doubt.
Right.
You need a catch, we'll make a catch.
What?
How do you feel about the new crop of tight ends that are coming to tight end U? Have you expanded it a little bit? You said Gronk's coming. That's a big deal, right? This is his first time out there?
Yeah, Gronk's never come. So I saw Gronk out in Vegas for like a little Fox thing that we did, and he's like, hey, when's TU? I was like, man, I've invited you every year. He's like, I know, but this year I'm really coming. And I'm like, all right, that's fine. It's like midnight at a blackjack table. It sounds great. But yeah, he followed up with me. He's coming. He's all set, so he's going to be in. But I think that the new crop of guys, like you said, you know, I remember a couple of years ago, like when Kyle Pitts came. He had just gotten drafted, and you get like the young guys that are in. You're like, man, like what it looks like to be 21 again, you know. And you see the young guys that can run around and run for days, and they're not even sweating. I enjoy seeing the young guys every bit as much that I, you know, still marvel at watching, you know, Darren Waller. You see him here on the screen, and that guy is an absolute specimen. So it's really cool. It's a great collection of guys. I'm looking forward to seeing some of the new
Look at
guys
his
that are coming in.
Dude, so
Jeez.
So 2 years ago, our first year doing it was my first time ever seeing Darren in person. And watching him on a field of other 6'4 plus guys that are all 240 plus, he just stood out. Like just the way his legs, the way he ran, his body type, the dude is unbelievable. Like on a field of elite athletes, he stands out amongst them, which is not easy to do.
His story is obviously fantastic, and now he's a brand new member of the
Giants,
New York Football Giants because of his wedding Josh McDaniels situation. Allegedly. Hey, the tight end position, the best, dude. Just give me the fuck out of here. Fuck this guy. You just signed a deal. Yeah. Fuck this.
Don't care.
Get me out of here. All right, you're going to the Giants. Deal.
Sounds good.
You just got married to a girl that plays here. Don't care. Get me. I'm not dealing with this guy anymore. All right, sounds good. You know, send you to New York. You said, though, on a field of 6'4", 250, feels like the tight end position is another one of those things where at this stage you got to be born into it. You know what I mean? Like in the NBA, you got to have the body to be an NBA guy. Yeah. Like your body will decide if you're going to make it into the NBA or not. Now, obviously, there's been undersized guys who are 6'3" or 6'2" and things like that have been able to make it because of their skill. And we all know Muggsy Bogues, and we get it. But few and far between. You got to be a big fuck. Tight end position, it's become that way, but you also got to be incredibly athletic. Do you think that this is becoming something that maybe guys would become defensive ends or maybe tackles? Now they're kind of going towards the tight end position because of the growth and how important it is to literally every offense that is successful at this stage.
Yeah, I think there's no question that when, for years, when I first came in the league, 2007, there was a handful of elite guys scattered across the league, right? You had Witten, you had Gates, you had Gonzalez. And so but not every team had one. I don't know if half the teams had one, right? And I think a lot of it is exactly what you're saying. Back in the day, if you were 6'5", you either put on a bunch of weight and you went and played defensive end or outside backer, or if you had a real big frame, you became an offensive lineman and you made you a left tackle and you made $1 million, bazillion dollars, or you went and played basketball, or you were a power forward, right? So I think there was really no space for guys built like me, right? We weren't big enough to play defensive line or offensive line, but we weren't fast enough or athletic enough to play wide receiver. So 15 years ago, 20 years ago, where did a guy like me play, right? Now, I think every 6'4" high school kid, I think every 6'3" high school point guard that sees the writing on the wall that's probably not going to go. All of a sudden now it's cool to play tight end. Yeah. All of a sudden now you see Travis Kelce hosting SNL and at the White House, and you see Darren Waller and you see George Kittle and you see Gronk over the years. Like, you can be a star and be a tight end, which we haven't really seen across the league with, outside of one or two guys over the last 25 years. And I think that's a big reason there's just more of these body types. There's more of these body types at a younger age, learning skills, learning routes, learning to catch the ball, learning to run. And as a result, now there's a bigger pot to pick from for the NFL. And that's why I think now you look across the league, pretty much every legitimate offense has a dynamic guy at the position.
Yeah, we got Jelani Woods, 6'7", throwing the ball. He's 6'7", you're not. Anyways, go ahead, AJ.
Greg, when are they going to start paying these tight ends like it's a premier position, like an edge rusher or something, or shutdown corner or whatever? Are they going to get to that level?
I think they will. I think George and Travis and then Waller came on behind them. They did their part. For a long time, Gronk was the ceiling. Gronk was in that 10 million or so range, but for a long time. And I always say I told Tony Gonzalez this when I had him on my podcast. I said, the reason tight ends don't get paid a lot is really Tony's fault. For so long, Tony was so much better. He was the premier guy at the position for so long that in the old draft, right? You think back to the draft of me and you, AJ, right? Like back then, and when we all played, the top 5 guys would reset the market for their positions, and it was dominated by defensive ends, quarterbacks, wide receivers. They would become a rookie and the highest paid guy. So now all of a sudden, when that next veteran quarterback or whatever at that position, they had a new mark to beat. Tight ends weren't getting drafted that high, generally speaking, to reset the market. So the market had to be created by veterans. Well, Tony, who was going to make an argument that they should make more money than Tony Gonzalez? There was nobody for a decade. Now, all of a sudden, Tony Gonzalez has to negotiate his own contract against himself. So it got stagnant. Then Gronk comes along, resets it. It stays at Gronk for a handful of years. It was only until George and Travis kind of got their opportunity and say, okay, we've reset this market, that they've now put it to where it is. But it's still disproportionately low compared to the other positions, considering the impact. So it's a challenge tight ends have faced. The more good tight ends that come into the league, hopefully the more leapfrogging there is, and maybe it can catch up. It's just there's just not as many as there are. There's 3-4 times as many wide receivers that can, just all take turns building the market up. So it's a weird phenomenon, and it's just starting now to people to kind of catch back up to the market rate. But you're exactly right.
We all know it's a copycat league. Monkey see, monkey do. That's kind of how it always works. All the successful teams have a great tight end.
Yeah.
So I think that is going to also do well for the market. You know what I mean? Like, there's going to be some team that is going to reset the market tight end wise, because they're going to be desperate to mimic somebody else, and they're going to pay a tight end that gets to free agency, and boom, it's going to all of a sudden reset it for everybody else. It feels like it's just kind of a slow roll here. And I like the fact that you say, hey, Tony, you're a terrible business person.
What the hell?
It's okay, Tony?
No, it was just because he was so good for so long.
Tiny, you let this shit happen.
Come on, Tone.
Now you're wearing blankets whenever it's 65 degrees outside.
Right.
Tony, all right?
Big gloves on.
All right, Tony, we don't need that, okay? We need you to reset the market every time you're at the negotiation table. But it's not easy to do, a lot easier said than done. But I think nowadays, with the importance and the priority of the tight end position and how it is literally a factor to your team's success.
Yeah.
Kittle matters for the Niners.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Travis Kelce matters for the Kansas City Chiefs to win champion.
Yeah.
When it matters, Travis Kelce's getting the ball. Every team seemingly has that weapon that when they need it, they get it to it, and it's the tight end position now. Let's take advantage of that. That's why TEU is a good thing.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
That's why TEU is a great thing.
And the last piece to both your points is that very few tight ends make it to free agency, right? The second they get an opportunity, it's a very risky position injury-wise. Guys get banged up. It's physical. Quarterbacks can, they can roll the dice. Kirk Cousins can roll the dice year after year after year to make it to free agency. Quarterbacks are a little more protected. Their injury rate's not as high. Tight ends, I mean, we see these guys. They get obliterated. They get ankles. They get feet. They get all sorts of stuff. So when all of a sudden they get back, I mean, you name it, they get. I can't even.
A lot of these. Hey, you guys get a lot of these right here.
A lot of rib sauce. A lot of rib sauce. Oh yeah. So all of a sudden, this money gets thrown to the guys, and it's like, I was the prime example of that. I never had an opportunity to ever be a free agent in my prime. I never even attempted to take the risk. When I got to 1 year left on a deal, we said we want an extension, and we always knew we were never going to pass the top. We were always going to be in that 2, 3, 4 range. I was good with that because I was like, I'll play it all, but I can't risk blowing out my knee this year or breaking my back, and then I'm a free agent and I make nothing. So it's just the nature of the position.
It's all right. It's going to grow.
Yeah, here we go.
We're going to be great. We're going to be great.
Pac-Man has a question for you, Greg.
Greg,
amen.
I watch Kittle, and he just decapitate people as far as blocking. So how do y'all come up with who's going to win? I know you say everybody's going to vote. Like, how many people going to be there that vote? How many of the top guys that's going to be there? What's going into it? Is it just catching the ball? Is it just having the best record? Because there's a lot of guys that don't get the recognition, and me personally, I think Kittle is the best tight end in the league because he can do it blocking and he can run routes. So I was just acting like, what's coming into play of how we picking this guy?
Yeah, and I don't disagree with you. I think from the standpoint of what's being asked, nobody in the NFL gets asked to do what George Kittle gets asked to do. He's a force in the passing game. But what he's asked to do from a lead block perspective and on the ball, he's handling defensive ends, running pass by himself. There is nobody that's asked to do what he does and then say, oh, by the way, you got to play every snap and you got to go out there and you got to be he's been 1,000-yard producer over the years. So I agree with you. I think if you voted for Kittle, no one would blame you. I think you vote for Kelce, no one would blame you. I think there's a small handful of guys that you could justify your argument. I think the reason why, especially for the first year, why a guy like Travis is so unique, for Travis to have 7 years in a row of over 1,000 yards, when prior, humble brag, it was 3. It was me. Humble brag.
Baby Greg!
Yeah. Clap it up.
Yeah, tell me, he says.
But I just think for a position, we just talked about how hard it was, the physical nature of it, injury and all that. For him to have 7+ years of over 1,000 yards, the postseason records that he's putting on display as far as touchdowns, 100-yard games, dominating performances, winning the Super Bowl this year. Like, when you stack it all up, I never thought in a million years anybody would ever reach the level of Tony Gonzalez. His numbers, his production, his longevity was just so in outer space compared to everybody else. No one even really considered it. Everyone was like, okay, there's Tony, and then I'm going to fight to be in that next group. Travis is probably the first guy that's come along that has shown that, knock on wood, he has the longevity, he has the consistent production. I think he has the chance to be the best guy of all time.
Yeah.
And I don't say that lightly. I wouldn't have said it 3 years ago, but I just, at some point, what he's doing, his streak of the last 7-8 years is historically special. And that was, but I
so it is what you've done in the past then. Right? To Pac-Man's question.
Well, no, I mean,
that seemed like your resume is a
year,
little bit of criteria. These young guys.
No, but this year he was he had 1,300 yards, won a Super Bowl, set his postseason.
I voted for Kelsey. I didn't have a vote. I voted for Kelsey.
Of course.
Even though
we should make you a vote. We should get you a vote.
I don't deserve one.
You can be our only media member to have a vote.
Okay, I will take that. If that's the case, I will take that, and it'll be
a Marcouche in there too.
It'll be a.
We're doing that.
It'll be a.
I'm just making an executive. I'm speaking for the group at TEU. Next year, Pat McAfee gets a vote.
No. Pat McAfee Show. We will.
Or Pat McAfee Show. The show. Yeah, we're about the team. It's fellowship.
We'll have a full vote for our vote.
I like this.
Yeah.
Okay, we will have a full vote for our vote. We will pay attention though.
Yeah, absolutely.
We will keep an eye
Pat
out.
Pan's right though. But I agree. Pat is right, man. Like what George does. There is no one in the league asked to do what he does.
He's a psychopath, dude. He's a psycho.
That there is no debating that at all.
He loves it. He's laughing in the face of a guy he just fucking
what makes him,
pancaked. Like, loves it.
He would rather do that than catch the ball. There's no doubt in my mind. He's unique in that regard, no question.
And then I see him nude on the internet. He's properly jogged.
A lot of jobs.
How about that ad? How good was that ad?
Dude,
that he's amazing.
Ass ad. I mean, he is abductor. I mean, he is
anaconda.
I didn't see his dick.
Doing that.
I didn't see the penis, but I think
I didn't see it. I didn't see it either. I mean, the rest of it looked great.
He's got what, like probably 4% body fat. I seen it. There's a little bit there on like his fourth ab.
Oh yeah,
a little bit of flub.
So, this guy.
Yeah, that one ab could have been better. I think it was. I told him that.
And then also, what are these things? The bat wings.
Traps.
Yeah. There's like a little. I saw like a little.
Yeah, he's got to work hard. He's got to work harder. But
4% body fat is disgusting.
Yeah, what a loser.
Yeah, he needs to put clothes on. Don't be on the. He was. Yeah. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, all right, George, you're a little aggressive, but I'll give you a like. Proud of you.
Yeah, still good.
Congrats.
I'm not gonna lie. I gave it a little double tap, just like I almost gave him like a. Yeah, I'm not gonna comment on. Oh, I might have commented. I didn't say anything weird.
Support, yes. This is another thing that I would like us to get to, because although it was a little bit surprising to see naked George Kittle on my timeline. Yeah, that kind of came out of nowhere. I did not. Open Instagram, see what's going on. Did not expect to see naked George Kittle, and then as soon as I'm like, holy shit. And then we start going through the whole Chubby. I'm like, good for this guy getting Chubby's deal.
Yeah.
Got his own shorts.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's a big deal. I'm like happy for him. So I like it. Let's go ahead and drive up and then I don't know if I comment or not, but I need to.
Properly jogged.
Yeah, we need to go. That's like a good thing.
Start commenting.
Chubby sees that.
Yeah, let's do that.
This guy's a big deal. Let's keep doing. Let's go business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bingo.
Maybe the McAfee Show gets a short. I get it.
No, not for me. This is for him.
Yes.
This is for George Kittle.
We all got to serve each other. It all comes back full circle.
Boom, Chubbies, give this guy more money.
Yeah.
Put him naked on the Instagram more often.
So many comments.
Yeah, look at how active this.
People love George.
Everybody loves George nude out here. What other?
It's just how do you one up that? How do you
sandal
want up that
company?
Next year?
Show your dog.
Yeah.
He needs a sandal company.
Yeah.
Did they blur his meat? How'd they do that?
He covered it with food and objects.
Covered it with food, like a pineapple.
There it is.
They say it was from the tip of the pineapple leaf up there at the top, all the way to the bottom.
All the way down.
Yep. Exactly.
They fold it in half.
Yeah.
They said the original pineapple was not. They had to bring an extra pineapple.
Right.
I heard.
Yeah, you see in the back there's a little baby pineapple. They had to bring a bigger one.
That did do. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you know how Trump's hair goes like this and then goes back.
Sure.
That's what they had to do with his dick.
Yep.
Yeah. They had to tape it to his belly button.
Good for George. Good for him.
Put glue.
Congrats on Chubby's deal.
Baby George.
Happy for you, Giorgio. Connor has a question for you, Greg.
Yeah, Greg, speaking about the tight end contracts, I think last year is Mike Gesicki who wanted to be considered like a wide receiver and get paid like a wide receiver. And now we see with the Bills and Dalton Kincaid, they're saying they're going to use him more as a wide receiver than tight end. Now, obviously, he'll still be lined up inside sometimes, but do you see a problem with tight ends kind of going after the wide receiver money, not from their side, but with teams and contracts, because they obviously aren't going to want to have to pay them wide receiver money because of how like monumental and huge that money can be? And then also, do you think because there are more tight ends, the extensions that you were talking about that you always look for, teams might not do anymore because they think in the draft there'll be, 5, 6, 7 guys they could go after and have on a rookie deal?
Yeah, so I think both good. So to start with your first question. So years ago, I want to say this was like 2013, 14, Jimmy Graham was in a big battle with the New Orleans Saints. And they franchise tagged him. And his big argument was when you looked at his percentage of snaps were played from more of a traditional like slot split out, wide receiver. And he tried to make the argument that fine, franchise me, but you got to franchise me at the wide receiver franchise number, not at the tight end number, which that many years ago was pretty significant. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but I bet you it was a difference of like $5 million, give or take. So it was really significant. He fought it, he appealed it, and then the NFL made some arbitrary ruling, which I don't know if it's been challenged since then. This was like the big marquee thing.
Sounds like you don't like it. Sounds like you don't like it.
Well, it was an arbitrary number, and if I have this correct, you guys can research me and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was like if you line up within 4 yards of the tackle, you're still considered to be in the tight end position. I just remember at the time thinking, like, how did they probably went through and found the average distance between him and the tackle.
It seemed to be about 3 and 3/4 yards.
If it was 3, he would have been wide receiver. If it was 4, it could have been 5. Like there was just some random threshold that it's like, okay, if we make it 4. He's 51% tight end, 49% wide receiver. I don't know if anyone's challenged it since then. I think Jimmy was kind of unique in the way they used him in New Orleans, so I don't think it's been relevant. But it's a good point. I think the more and more guys are used split out, the more and more arguments that they have to be. If I'm Travis Kelce, how could you defend an argument against that he should be paid like a wide receiver with the way they use him, with the formations he aligns in, the types of routes he runs, the amount he shoulders of the passing game? I mean, what he's doing is very eerily similar to what the other top wide receivers are doing. So it's definitely an argument to be made as these young pass catching guys come into the league. We're going to see more and more of it. We'll see if it continues to change. I still think though, teams, to your second question about like supply and demand, I still think when teams get a guy, whether they think they're having one proven NFL veteran guy that has done it is still worth way more than an unknown, even if he's the greatest tight end prospect of all time in college. Like if I know I got a guy, it's if I got a guy anywhere, exactly. If I got a guy anywhere, I'm keeping him, even if that rookie, I don't know how good that kid's ever going to be.
A lot have failed. A lot have failed.
So the draft is by no means an exact science. If I have a veteran dude I know who can play in my philosophy, if I'm running a team, I'm taking a proven veteran at a high level any day over rolling the dice on a young kid.
All right, last question before we let you go, and we can't wait for Tight End University this year, June 20th.
Here we go.
Woo! Down there at Vanderbilt. Last year, 50 tight ends. This year, more.
What? Wow. More than 50?
More. 3 years. We don't know. How many? Do we know exact numbers?
I think we're going to have about, we had 50 the first year. We had about 80 last year.
Oh, wrong stat.
And I think we'll be about 80. I'd say we're going to be around 80 again this year.
Dang. Over 50 tight ends attended Tight End University last year, and this year expects to see a significant increase of
Boy.
That's bullet point 4.
Who wrote that sheet?
That's bullet point 4 there.
I'm the bullet points. I got the bullet points.
Hell yeah. What if that was your nickname?
Bullet point?
Bullet point Olsen.
Dude, I got it all.
I don't hate it.
Lad now for you. You talked about having a proven vet in there that can do it. And I think every ex-player that has ever played in the NFL feels the exact same way, because we have seen rookies come in that are supposed to be great and then just shit all over themselves. Mm-hmm. And then seventh rounders that weren't supposed to be good come in and be the guys. So it's like, if you know a guy can be great at the NFL level, let's go ahead and keep that person. Mm-hmm. Let's go ahead and try to get that person. There's a lot less question marks, although it might be a little bit more. In your position that you're currently in,
yeah,
you are quickly becoming the proven veteran. aren't you? You already have a Super Bowl under your belt.
Crushed it.
You already have great clot in the entire football fan community.
People love him.
Talented. And then there's this other guy who's doing interviews. His face was the entire camera shot. I don't know if you saw it. So handsome. And you're a handsome guy too. You don't put filters on photos yourself. I get it. But his face was so big.
My whole phone.
Right on the whole thing. And he was talking about how he's joining Fox next year. And now, have to ask you the question. Don't want to ask the question. Are you going to wear those glasses that have the rear view mirrors on either side of them because Tom fucking Brady's standing right behind you thinking about Nancy Kerrigan you? Are you thinking about, have you thought about anything like that? And how are your views going into this year as opposed to last year? And what do you know about how it's going to unfold?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's the elephant in the room that we've been going through now for over a year. Of course, Tom came out the week before the Super Bowl, shortly after announcing that he was going to retire. Then there was big speculation about whether he was going to be part of the Super Bowl or, then the expectation was that he was going to come and do the 2023 season this year. He came out and kind of set the record straight and said, I'm going to take a year away. So all we know at this point is I'll be back with the same team. We'll do the top team with Fox for the rest of the year. We don't have the Super Bowl, obviously. This is just not our year of the rotation.
No, I think because how you guys did, they said no Super Bowl.
Yeah.
No
Boy, that was tough. Can't have that again.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Get these guys out, a bunch of clowns.
You did a great job.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
130 million people.
No big deal.
Yeah. Listen, I mean, it's only the most watched TV event in history, but we're not counting. It's not what's important.
Agreed. Well, that's not what this conversation's about.
No.
It's not what it's about. It's not about that the most people ever who watched something on television was our game we called. It's nothing to do with that.
And you guys did great.
It's about it's just about trying to improve. It's about trying to get better, and it's about looking forward to the next play. We all get it. We all know the deal.
So what are you going to do? All season you're wearing the rear view mirror things? You think Tom Brady's showing up in a booth every once in a while, standing behind you? How do you do this, Craig? Oh, I do it better this way. Like what? How's that? Have you talked to him about it? Have they talked to you about it? And you just kind of played it by ear, I guess?
Yeah, I'm just going to approach it like I did last year and just say, hey, I'm going to go out and try to call my game and try to bring people a little bit into my mind of how I see the game and some of the things that are going on the sideline and in the huddle that I find interesting, that I think the viewers found interesting the more we dove into it as the year went on. And last year the Brady thing was kind of hanging over our head, and we just kind of put our heads down and just said, hey, let's go call a great game and do this as long as they'll have me. And it served us fairly well, and we're going to do the exact same thing this year. Our whole crew's back. We're going to go call it. The only difference this year will be our season will end in the NFC Championship instead of the Super Bowl, and hopefully people still enjoy tuning in. Hopefully, we still keep setting records. Hopefully people still keep tuning in big numbers, and hopefully people listen. Our broadcast is a little bit different. We don't just talk about the quarterback. We don't just talk about the guy with the ball. If I'm Pac-Man, I want to hear someone be like, here's why cornerbacks play this leverage, and here's why these coverages are good against these players. Like there's more to the game than just the guy with the ball. And I think that was something that we really tried to dive into and give people a little bit of a behind the curtain look at what's going on with the other 21 players, not just the one guy who's got the ball. And I think if you do that in the right balance, I think people find it interesting and come away from the broadcast maybe hearing things they're not accustomed to hearing.
Yeah. I'd say.
Yeah.
Everybody loves what you have done in the booth, pal. And whenever they have to make this decision, whatever it is after this year, after the NFC Championship, and hopefully you'll get a victory lap at that point. If that's what's going to happen. They have had trades in the media before. Whoa. In trades, usually, especially with a proven vet, a commodity who's very good, come with a contract restructure. You're going to make so much money, dude.
Yeah.
As somebody who has potentially, to basically everybody that's about to get into the sports media world, there's a couple who have all the money. Not like what we got going on over there.
Not PIF.
Not in the PIF, but
not Saudi fund money, but we get the idea.
Yeah, but there is a lot of people getting into the NFL who have games and are trying to have games, who are trying to do exactly what seemingly Saudi's doing, which is just catch up with everybody right now with a lot of money. It's like you're sitting in a great place, I think, personally, as a talent. Anybody that has talent is always sitting in a good place. But what you're staring down, I think, is immaculate for everybody in the business. So keep crushing it. We appreciate the hell out of you. And good luck with this year's Tight End University, pal.
Well, I appreciate you guys. And let me tell you what. You guys, man, I can tell you just from talking to not only people in the media world, but just like normal people, like what you guys have built, this show, like we all watch it as fans. I get like excited when like if I hear from one of the producers, like, hey, you want to come on the McAfee Show? I'm like, that's the one show you're like, damn right, I want to come on. They're like, what do you want to talk about? I'm like, I want to hear about how he nurses the kid at night. I don't know. I was just talking about whatever. Like you guys, what you've built, and obviously Pat, you obviously get a lot, but like the whole team, all of you guys, it works. It's fun. It's awesome. You guys kill it. I give you guys a lot of credit, man, for you doing it your way and accomplishing what you guys have, man. Kudos, hat tip.
Thank
awesome.
you, Greg. We appreciate
you guys.
Yeah, the
man.
boys are incredibly talented. We're very lucky to do this every day.
You guys are good at what you do.
Show stinks. But somehow the show goes on, and we are very thankful for it, and we're thankful for your contributions, and can't wait to hear how Vanderbilt is in a couple weeks. Ladies and gentlemen, Greg Olsen. All right, let's get to a break. Hour 3 will be on the other side. Some phone calls and a 500 phone line. 1-833-432-3663. I was trying to remember which one did what, Tanya or Nancy. He would be getting Nancy Kerrigan.
Yes. Yeah, he would be Nancy.
Yeah, Tanya Harding would be Tom.
Yeah, right. Tanya Tommy.
Yes.
That's what they've said about him.
Yeah. Well, they said a lot of other stuff.
Can we slash his vocal cords? Wouldn't that be like a pipe to the leg for a figure skater?
Yeah. Right.
That same would be slashing tongue, maybe.
Yeah, slice his tongue off.
Cut his tongue in
You
half.
can poke the larynx too. Poke a hole in there.
Like the
Is that the
what? Samoan Spike?
There.
No, it was Commander Aziz. He did the big thumb.
Nigerian nail.
Yeah, the Nigerian nail.
Nigerian nail right to the larynx, and I said the cervix.
Honest mistake.
Yeah.
Commercial break immediately afterwards.
Yep.
And then I'm just sitting there during commercial break. I'm like, man, I fucking killed that. I didn't know they were going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And man, my brain just remembered that. And Cole goes, did you say cervix?
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah, duh.
You get it. You get it. We get it.
He just Googles on his phone and just shows me. Idiot.
Same thing.
Close.
Okay, so we get back in there. Explanation. The internet let its jokes fly. Obviously.
Good pop, though.
I made me laugh.
Yep. Exactly. What are we here for?
I was so incredibly proud. Just in the commercial break, like, yeah, this guy's got it all.
Man.
Fucking medical things.
What a poll.
And then Cole.
Yeah.
Why are you the way you are? All right, let's get to a break. Can't wait for hour 3. Pac-Man's going to do something to win some people some money. I think.
You got Pac.
AJ, what do you want him to do?
Man, I like seeing him putt, but I also as he hit that half court or that 3/4 court.
Bingo.
Shot,
we need the moon shot. We need the moon
I
shot.
haven't seen the moon shot. What if you were to shoot from up near the golf sim?
Ooh, I like that.
That would be
Then he would definitely miss.
Give you like 5 balls because we got camera on it.
Yeah.
So you go up by the clubs that you tried to break.
I'm shooting at this hoop, right?
Yeah. That area, and then we
What hoop?
That hoop. Right there.
Okay.
You only get 3 shots though.
3 shots.
No bonus ball.
No bonus
He'll go
balls.
3 for 3.
That'd be tough to get a bonus ball.
First ball he will miss because like the distance is tough from. I'm just
Obviously, he already tried
depth
this.
perception.
numerous times.
Done every shot.
Everybody has done this numerous times. First time you'll get a feel.
Yeah.
And then the second and third you should make.
Yep.
You know what I mean? The first one you'll get a feel for.
No bonus.
What if he
Only
jumped off?
3.
Dunked.
Only 3.
Oh boy.
Well, I mean,
He's Pac-Man Jones, bro.
if the ball
Agree.
bounces back up there, sure, bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if Bill's head somehow.
Yeah, you can
Right.
throw Bill's head in there.
No.
Not what he meant.
I'm saying he's Leo Messi.
Head ball.
Yeah,
Give him a head
back
the
up
ball
there.
back
Oh,
up
I thought
there.
you were saying
Thought
like
you
one
were saying-
of Bill's spare heads
Yeah, like
rolls out.
overhand
All right,
toss.
let's get to a break.
That's real too. That's a real possibility.
There are people that collect skulls. I've met a couple of them. It's disgusting. They should be watched, and they are, I assume.
Real
Been on the show, actually.
Actual skulls, yeah.
This week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Human skulls.
Right.
Real
Yesterday.
human skulls.
Yeah, 2 days ago. Yeah.
Actual human skulls, yeah.
You're allowed to have real human skulls if you're not like a.
We have the same questions you have, and I was told, yeah, collectors.
Yeah. Buy him at a swap meet.
It's cool.
That freaked me out, too.
Jeez. All right.
That's something Tim Robinson needs to dive into.
Yeah, the people that collect actual human skulls.
Yeah, go to a skull shop.
The bones are their money.
It's got to be replica.
What did this guy do for a living? He was a carpenter? Oh, just so sad. Every guy. What did this guy do? He was a doctor. Oh. Him not getting the rose, dude, because he was too busy ziplining.
Man.
Feels like
Shut
you're only
up,
here to
Mike.
zip line.
He's pulling on the wire. I said, shut up.
Mike.
I think you should leave on Netflix. I don't know how many people have watched it, but you got to get through some. But
Yeah.
just go ahead and turn the brain off
Exactly.
and dive in.
Just
Several
enjoy.
home runs still.
Yeah.
Let's get to a break. We're back on the other side with some phone calls and wrapping up this beautiful winter Wednesday, June 7th already.
Flying. It's not good.
How many days?
We are 92 days away from NFL football.
Let's go. We can make it. Be a friend. Tell a friend something nice. Take 5.
We're talking hockey. Roldy and Rupp are talking hockey.
That was the first time I found out it was Mario Brothers. That's all. Growing up, like everybody called it Mario Bros. You know, that was just
Once you're called the fucking king of New York, you didn't feel like you had to dress to the higher level.
What I love about New York is however you want to dress, however you want to, who you want to be, you just blend in, and it's so comfortable.
This is an organization in Arizona that wasn't paying their fucking bills earlier in the season.
Again, he's not trying to square off with Cats because no one.
Someone didn't pay the electric bill around here.
You fucking bum.
Where are you at? Away from the dungeon? What is that? You got the bricks in the back.
The fuck's going on?
Is this a fucking Saw? Is this a Saw movie, dude?
Yeah.
Where's fucking Jigsaw?
You want to play a game?
Hey,
boss.
Thanks for talking.
Hey. You said you swept the stars. That kind of shut me up. For the rest
that
of
kind
the
of.
show.
Hey.
Not one of my finest moments or proudest moments or whatever you want to call it. But I tell you one thing, it's infamous in the sense that I go into schools and young kids will come up to me and they go, "Oh, you really gave it to Bellows," and I got to. Oh, kid,
Yes.
you know, that was computer generated.
Get into the Blues alumni kind of unofficially / officially. They gave me one of these bad boys.
Oh,
so
look at that.
I
Got
feel-
you one of
I feel
these.
pretty.
Look at that thing.
That's
What? We're winning the fucking Stanley Cup. The Red Wings are almost as bad as Fox internet service right Whoa! there. The Bruins are getting
Yikes.
fucking ran out of town tonight. Your biggest lock, I got it. And Ty knows, even though he might be Mark Stoner in this thing, the Vegas Golden Knights fucking stink. Texas, what's that known for? WrestleMania's coming to town. Wally Mania's coming to town. Not the goddamn Dallas Stars. Let's go, Pens. We can't lose with 7 in the stands. Now,
Hey, great haircut. Good to meet
Yeah,
you
great.
finally.
You know, we're
Yeah,
just
I love it.
outside in the chair.
I love it.
Yeah, no, buddy.
It's as simple as this. Okay? You got to have fuck you in the game.
Oh yeah.
And if you don't, you're missing something.
I said, "Sir, if I could just speak up on his behalf, this is like the second greatest player ever." And Mario turned and looked at me and goes, "Second? Behind who?"
All 4 of those guys aren't rolling, or it's not enough to win one round. This is supposed to be a team good enough to win a cup. We're talking about one friggin' round.
Aaron Burrows told me, and he said this to Henrik Lundqvist's face at dinner. He goes, "Henky, you know how they did the renovation at the Garden for $1 billion? It's all you, bro. It's all you doing in the net. $1 billion renovation at the Garden, paid for in 5 years. It wasn't because the Knicks were in the playoffs. It's because the Rangers went on all those runs, and the stud on the team, among several, was their goalie, Henrik Lundqvist."
Gino, honestly, he's one of the funniest guys you can be around, and he probably busted my chops more than anybody. Why are you so slow? You old. Like, he would look up like my old contracts and be like, "What? No, you're no good."
Thanks for having me on. This was good hockey. I like that. Go. 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 Good start here at Pebble Beach. Good start here at Pebble Beach.
Championship rings in different sports. They're in a box, guys. I couldn't even tell you where the hell they are. I gave them to my kids. They got around the table, they picked them, and I never saw them again.
Good. With our audience, let's keep that a secret anyway.
They don't matter. It's the journey that matters, right? I always tell people, like, I could go buy you the NFL championship trophy. I'll give it to you. You want it? And they're like, no. Why? but didn't earn it. Right.
100%.
So it's not the trophy. That's an end destination. It's the journey. It's what you did along the way. It's the people who bled next to you. It's the people who sacrificed with you. It's your family. It's your friends. It's the blood you spit with the guy you practice with every day. It's all of those things that make that inanimate object worthy, because the inanimate object is nothing of a representation of what you did along the way and who you did it with. And because on the last day, the truth is we're all going to want to look our maker in the eye and say, look, I ran as fast as I could run, I jumped as high as I could jump, I pushed as hard as I could push, and today I'm all right with death, because today I'll die a champion.
Hey,
Why?
Let's go! This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it. AJ, never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it! What the fuck are you doing?
Boston.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this glorious Winter Wednesday, June 7th, 2023. Hour 3 of the program starts right now. Sports are happening. We got an NBA Finals game tonight down in Miami. Woo! We obviously have the NHL playoffs, our NHL Stanley Cup Finals happening tomorrow night. It is a great time to be alive. That is AJ Hawk. The Talks the Table is here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys Tone Diggs is here, and 14-year NFL vet who looks so cool in his John Deere scheme.
Hell yeah.
Pac-Man Jones.
That boy back.
AJ, on this particular Winter Wednesday, June 7th, with 92
days
until the NFL season, you know, we could start breaking down our best third down packages around the league and blitzes and everything like that. And
absolutely.
Certainly we could dive into the Nuggets and Heat a little bit more, or how many championships you have won and are earning every single day as being the president of the state of Ohio. But right now, we have to talk about something that's happening that hasn't happened, I don't think, in a long time. I'm 36 years old. I've been with me a long time. I don't recall a time where cities other than LA or San Francisco or places on the coast had to experience smog. Just yesterday or 2 days ago here in Indianapolis, we had full smoke happening everywhere. Yesterday, I went over to Columbus. It hurt AJ's little baby lungs and the entire team. Meteorologists and local weather people were saying, stay inside because the AQI, which is the...
Yeah, so basically the AQI is like the air quality index. In New York right now, it's like 198.
Which is worse than...
Like it's ever been before. It's like the equivalent, like, so basically it's like the equivalent of smoking like 6 packs of cigs a day.
Okay, so that is happening right now in the United States of America because the Canadian flames that are taking place, wildfires taking place from, I guess, Victoria all the way to Ontario, which is Seattle to fucking Detroit pretty much.
Nuts.
That is happening across Canada. We don't know how it started, but we are pulling for everybody up there. T's and P's, fire's a real son of a bitch.
Good luck up there.
Here's a shot of New York City, which is experiencing this both last night at baseball and then today, I guess they're getting the grunt of it. This is from the Earth Cam at about 2 p.m. They also have a shot from inside Yankee Stadium in another tweet that took place. It is basically pitch black in there. It is Gotham in this place. It is an interesting time here with an interesting repercussions from fires that are hundreds, if not thousands of miles away. Why is this happening now? It's never happened before. I have no idea, but I'm certainly alarmed, AJ Hawk.
Yeah, I'm a bit alarmed too. Is it just something with the wind? Is the perfect thing, like the perfect storm to push all this smoke down here or what?
So whenever those planes are at different altitudes, they sometimes show that, now great, chemtrails and they're on purpose. Right. But like what the pilot people say is it depends on the condensation in the air and the wind and how hot the thing is. That's why sometimes you see a jet trail and sometimes you don't. I'm not saying that there's any other, I'm not even getting into that. But I would assume that there is something happening at some altitude where the smoke is getting to that doesn't happen on a regular basis, and it's just going for a fucking ride and withstanding, not dissipating. I think that's the biggest thing that I'm very confused by. How come it can travel all this distance without dissipating and kind of getting filtered out through itself? Why is it remaining so thick when it gets to New York City right now for Yankees at 2 p.m. on Wednesday, June 7th? It's a wild phenomenon kind of happening.
I thought I saw this morning that over 10 years, 6 million or 7 million acres in Canada have been burned by wildfires. Already this year, 9 million acres have been burned by wildfires. The law of smoke.
All right, T's and P's, everybody.
So how are they doing? What do the fires look like? Like we see all this smoke. What's it like up there? Are they still burning?
So I've only seen videos of fires for a little bit, either on the nightly news or on my timeline. What Tone said is right. Think about that, dude. Seattle, which is way over here.
Way left.
Well, I guess on the camera it'd be this side. Seattle's like way over here. And then you start like doing all those states there. It's like Montana and the Dakotas.
Tip of Idaho.
And like
Minnesota, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin's there. And then I guess Indiana you can kind of get the top of. Then there's Ohio. There's Michigan up there. All of those states, there's just a fire there's a bunch of fires just going across them all. I don't know how you stop that. I have no idea how you... I'm not a firefighter. I have an uncle that is. Badass, obviously, for a long time. I think I have a cousin that's a firefighter. I have a lot of that. I don't know how you stop something that is that wide. No. That feels like that is a long, long way to try to get a handle of and a grasp of. Are we worried that it's going to... No, sorry, Canada, but this thing ever going to stop? How does it stop? Do they know how it stops ever?
I don't know. I don't think they're talking about it like making its way down towards us, but because I know like with at least Indiana, they were saying like a reason like we're not getting as much of the smoke anymore is because there's like a massive cold front coming in that's kind of like sweeping all the smoke away. So I don't know how outside of like getting a bunch of rain, like just getting like a torrential downpour, like I don't know how you stop something like that.
It's supposed to rain today here in India. I wonder what New York has on the horizon. Bruce.
Yeah, come on, Bruce.
Was Ty's breakdown of you breaking down the AQI accurately? And what are you hearing from your suit friends back in the big city?
Yeah, I mean, it's really bad. People are kind of sending Snapchats of Manhattan left and right. It looks crazy. People are saying it looks like Rust and Call of Duty or, Mad Max going to work today.
It's the worst in the world right now, right? Like, this is the worst for New York. It's the worst air.
Yeah, they have the worst air quality in the world.
Yeah,
right now.
Connor was number 2.
Or Delhi.
This was this morning I saw.
But
I saw another city, too.
They were 194.
Yesterday,
Yeah, New York was. And there's no way it went down.
Detroit just...
No,
well, that's always.
No home game, huh?
Oh, no, they played last night, which people were not happy about. They're like, hey, we're telling people to fucking stay inside, not breathe, and, we're sending the Yankees out there to play ball, which I love. You can't take a day off. But,
Judge on the IL.
Is there forest fires in India right now, or is that just...
I don't know. I wonder.
A lot of people in India.
Is that what it is? It's people?
Yeah, people farting and stuff.
Yeah,
like
cigarettes?
eating
Smoking
shit.
cigs?
Yeah.
Yep.
Tons of farts.
Well, they said cow farts, remember?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
we got to get rid of the cows. Why? Their farts are making the world hotter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Too much methane.
Yeah.
That was one that I didn't... Has that still a thing?
Yeah, have you seen the videos of them clearing the methane out? It's pretty electric, actually.
Out of their butts?
Just flames. No, they poke holes in the side of their stomachs.
Oh, yeah.
To let out all the methane. It's just flames.
I was mind blown when I heard that. Hey, you know why this is happening? Why? These cows keep fucking farting.
That's right.
It's not good for the air.
I did not know that was the answer. I didn't expect that.
No, 'cause they eat
I hope they get that figured out, though. You know what I mean? I hope they get everything figured out. Feels like there's a lot of floods, fires, things like that. Let's go ahead and figure that out. Hey, smart people, let's go ahead and figure that out.
Good luck, smart people.
They're going to say they haven't figured out, and then somebody will say they haven't figured out, and it'll be a complete opposite answer. And somehow they're both certified to give full answers on stuff, and then we get put in positions like, what are we talking about? How do we help? A 2021 study found that giving cows small amounts of seaweed over several months saw their methane emissions fall by more than 80%. Rumen 8 produces an additive for feed from bioactive ingredient found in red seaweed, Asparagopsis.
Asparagus.
Well, that's like your pee smells so bad.
Yeah, it might make the milk smell.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Bill Gates back startup tackling cow burps and farts. Is that what you wanted to talk about, AJ?
Burps too. I wanted to see burps were involved. I didn't know that.
I'll tell you what. When you drive by a cow farm and you see one of those, you think to yourself, God damn, that's
so much methane coming out.
You know what I mean? That was from.
What do those sound like, cow burps?
Well, give it a go, why don't you?
Yeah. Well, I can't. I don't know because their sound is moo.
Bruce?
No, the moo is them. They're trying to get a little.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trying to get their udders.
Yeah.
Are they doing that when they burp as well?
No, the burp is a completely different sound. It's methane gas is ruining society.
Oh. It's like a snake.
That's actually what they're saying.
Society.
You're all fucked.
That's how it sounds.
And then just right into a, you know what I mean?
And that is actually ruining.
That's tough.
The world.
No, it's the burps and the farts. They put it in there.
both of them.
80%.
We should get Jordy. We should ask Jordy about this.
Jordo! How is Jordo? Have you talked to Jordo in a while?
Jordy Nelson?
Oh. Let's go to the phone.
You know who we could?
I thought it was the expert Jordo and everything.
Oh, gotcha.
Remember Jordo?
Oh, yeah.
You know who we could call that might know about the cows?
Who?
Tony Meola.
All right, let's call Tony Meola. Cold call Tony Meola. Big soccer news. We'll hear what he has to say.
Yeah.
He told us Messi was going down to Miami.
Yeah, he knew.
He's been on it for a long time. He still has not gotten an interview for the head coaching job for the U.S. men's national team, and we're about fed up with it.
Bullshit.
Yeah, I hope he's not behind bars for killing Greg Berhalter.
Why? Why would he kill?
Because he's sick and tired of everything that's going on.
No, he wants Berhalter to potentially have the gig, I think.
So is Polithic.
He just wants somebody to have the job, I think, is what Tony Meola has been saying this entire time. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is U.S. men's national team icon, one of the greatest Italians of all time, former goalkeeper in both international soccer and MLS soccer, a stallion of a man. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Meola. Tony, before we get to Messi coming to Miami and what this means for the MLS and the U.S. men's national team, do you know anything about cows and cows pooping or farting allegedly was the cause of some sort of heating up of the earth? And how do you feel we treat these cows to slow down the burping and the farting so it doesn't ruin our entire planet? Mr. Tony Meola, the floor is yours, pal.
I'm going to have to sit on this one a little bit.
Yeah, you don't like methane?
I don't have much to give you.
Oh, damn. We actually thought you were potentially the guy to ask. But since we got you here, let's dive in. Messi going to Inter Miami. This is a big deal. He's not doing the Barcelona rental to get their business back because something took place with La Liga. He's now at Inter Miami. He turned down allegedly hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars per year to go play in Saudi. What do you think this deal looks like, and what does this mean for the MLS, Tony?
Well, obviously for the league, it's incredible, right? And the other example we have is when David Beckham came back in the day, and kind of changed the way that we look at the league. I'd given you some information last week when I was on, or 2 weeks ago, whatever that was, about the Apple deal. I didn't know that the Adidas deal looks like that it's also going to be involved. He's an Adidas athlete, and they're going to have to kick in as well. But you mentioned hundreds of thousands. By all accounts, the reports were that he turned down $1 billion over 2 years to come here.
What?
Jeez. Yeah, $1 billion over 2 years in Saudi. So, we're seeing what's happening in golf, and we're seeing what's happening with other players. Are you surprised that it's Lionel Messi? But this is a game changer, man. This is, Apple TV's got to be thrilled. The league will be thrilled. He's going to be like. It'll be like when the Beatles toured, you just couldn't get a ticket anywhere, man. It's going to be incredible.
Yeah, it's great for the league. They said the cheapest ticket for an Inter Miami game last year was like $29. This year, the cheapest ticket is $329 already, just from the announcement without anybody knowing when it's officially. When is it starting? Is it starting soon?
What we did see, there was an announcement. It was interesting because last night there was an announcement that Inter Miami had halted tickets. So we have this Leagues Cup coming up against all the Mexican teams, but they stopped selling tickets last night to, whatever the date was, the 21st or whatever it was. So, that's when everything started to ramp up, because, imagine a team saying we're not selling any more tickets. Like, that's unheard of anywhere. But of course, now we know probably what that's about. That's because they're going to raise the prices up. And anyway, look, people are going to pay it, right? You don't get a chance to see Lionel Messi all the time, especially here in the U.S.
Last question here from us, and this is the most important one. Mm-hmm. I know Pac-Man's been wondering. Yep. Tone's been wondering. Yep. Ty certainly sent me 2 texts last night about it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Connor's like, what the hell's going on?
So curious.
And AJ's sitting in that attic like, yeah, I am wondering. Yeah. Have you got an interview yet for the U.S. men's national team head coaching gig? And where do we stand?
I'm going to have to give you the same answer I gave you 2 weeks ago. That'll be a no.
Oh, come on,
fuck. Has anybody?
Yeah, are they?
Hey, can you help me out? You want to be my agent? One of you guys?
Yeah.
Make a phone call.
Well, we got the guy on the phones. He's great on the phone.
Who actually have? So, who's deciding this? It's the president of the United States Soccer.
Pat, I wish I knew, man. I really do.
This is information you should know, Tony, if we're going to try to get you the head coach.
That's why I wish I knew. I'm supposed to know this, but I don't think anybody knows right now.
So how are they interviewing people already? Who's interviewing? Who decides the gig? Who makes the decisions?
We've heard a bunch of names. Jesse Marsh is the one name that most people would know. He's managing the Premier League, but who knows? They've got now. Our interim manager left and went to Qatar, announced yesterday. He went to coach in Qatar. So we now have the assistant interim, who was the assistant to the interim manager. And now he's the manager with 2 guys that haven't even been on the bench One guy just got fired from Inter Miami. He's now on the bench. I don't know.
Come
I don't know
on,
what to
Tony.
tell you, man.
Tony, I can't take it. Let's get you in here.
God damn it.
Ladies and gentlemen, soccer legend, Tony Meola.
Yeah, Tony.
Hey, you too,
Love you
man.
too,
Love
Tony.
you too, man.
Love you, Tony.
Grazie, Tony. Grazie.
Tony.
Grazie.
Grazie.
Prego. Apple, Adidas, and the MLS all paying one guy?
Yep.
2 years.
How much?
One bill at Saudi? You'd assume it's going to be close to that.
Definitely.
There's the market.
MLS, and all those
Apple-
together can do it.
Apple, Adidas, MLS all paying him. I would assume that there's a chance.
For sure.
That
He gets back end points, yeah, on everything.
Yeah, but he has to at least be thinking, this is what I could take right now. Now, might take a little bit of a haircut, obviously not to do that.
For sure.
But it's going to be in that area, we'd assume. David Beckham, when he signed with the Galaxy, was making like $300,000 a day or something like that.
Yeah.
Just came out of nowhere. As somebody that we used to, like as a kid, I would drive to like Columbus Crew games and watch them play. And the MLS was like always going to try to make it. And I was supposed to play soccer for a living. That's literally what I was supposed to do. So when the Beckham deal gets announced, it's like, all right, here we go. You can be rich in America and play soccer. You know, you don't have, you know what I mean? You don't have to be rich in Europe to play soccer.
Yeah.
You could do this. And he was like an anomaly, you know? There was a lot of other deals that came and went that weren't that type of deal. And then all of a sudden, you know, you get Thierry Henry comes in, a little bit of a run, gets paid a good amount of money. Wayne Rooney comes in, a little bit of a run, gets paid a little bit. Zlatan Ibrahimovic comes in, gets a little bit of a run, a little bit of a money. Now it's like they're hedging their entire league again on somebody like they did with Beckham. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully it continues to grow. Let's go to the phones on a 500 phone line. How about Tony Meola just answering?
Yeah.
That's the best.
Like Pittsburgh has Caboli, America has Meola.
He is not thrilled with the way that national team's behaving.
Not at all.
How could you be?
What is our deal?
Sounds like a mess. The whole thing is a mess.
It is crap.
Fucking
Total crap. No Jom.
No, John.
We're supposed to win. We're supposed to win the World Cup.
Yeah, we got the young.
When is
the
it?
Young guns.
Before?
Soccer Lombardi's supposed to be ours on our land.
Our
Yeah.
turf. Grass. Excuse me.
Pitch.
Pitch.
Let's go to the phone. Mike in Ontario. I hope he's okay up there with the fires. Mike, how you doing?
I'm doing okay with the Fires, but I'm just going to give a shout out to the U.S. national team who came to Hamilton and got their asses kicked from Canada there.
Fuck you.
Well, national.
Go back in your filth. Shut up, Bill.
Talking about
Idiot.
what sport are we talking about?
Yeah, is it our A team or our B team too?
Well, and do we even know what the A team or B team is because we don't have
Soccer?
a coach? We don't have a coach.
Yeah, is he talking about soccer? We don't have a fucking coach. We just discussed that.
I hung up on him.
Could have been curling.
Good.
Could have been curling for all we know.
Let's go to Dylan in Cincinnati. What's going on, Dylan?
Matty Hamilton.
Nothing much, boys. How you doing? Keep it moving.
Hell yeah,
Nice.
Dylan, Cincinnati.
Just want to say that you guys are awesome. Love listening to you guys at work. You know, just a little quick
We're not
shout out.
doing this.
Ty, you made me absolutely
doing
piss
this.
my fucking pants whenever you were Mad Mel. First time ever seeing it. Just wanted to say I blessed you for that.
Never get the first
AJ
time.
Hawk, you should definitely be in the Hall of Fame. Two questions for you boys.
Oh, so we got shout outs and two
I think-
questions. This guy, your floor is yours.
Right.
On the Bill in Cincinnati
I
show.
think Cincinnati should have an NBA expanded team. I think that'd be pretty good for the city.
Next question, Dylan. Next question, Dylan.
Next one.
Next question. How about Greg Olsen joins you boys once he's done with Fox and hooks up with ESPN?
Oh.
Whoa.
I don't know if that's the thing about Greg Olsen that I was trying to allude to. There's some streaming platforms that are going to get games,
Yes.
and they have all the money.
Yeah.
They have all of the money.
And he's going to be what? The number one.
Now, an NBA team going to Cincinnati, I don't know if that's going to happen. There's a lot of cities that are petitioning for that, including Seattle, I do believe, who
They're getting it.
lost out on a team. Vegas has a lot of money behind it. So for us just to immediately brush off Cincinnati, we're saying that because it doesn't seem like a reality.
No, not at all.
Correct.
Well, Vegas is getting a team for sure.
In Seattle, before they got the Kraken, they wanted basketball back.
Yeah, and Adam Silver seems to be a big baby face.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He's big baby face commission.
They were also good. Like the Sonics were like perennially like one of the teams who was going to go play. You know, if it wouldn't have been for the Bulls, like they were kind of always there in the conversation. Like they weren't just some also ran shitty franchise.
And they went to Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Yep. And
Hey,
they got Durant.
Speaking of what Dylan said there, yeah, amen.
In Seattle before they even left.
Yeah, crazy. The Supersonics jersey.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a crazy thing. What that guy said about your Mad Mel needs to be applauded and recognized. But also, when we get on
Aspen,
there's going to be a lot of things people are seeing for the first time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let's remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? A lot of things.
Everything.
A lot of first time. Happy Lou Holt's already out of the way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Lou knows.
Yep.
Lou gets it.
Mm-hmm.
Lou loves it.
Yep.
Lou loves it.
Mel Kiper excited to hear.
Yeah.
I'm guessing he's not going to love it, but
What?
No, I'm
You never
thinking
know.
he does.
The side by side with you and
Yeah, carries him on too.
I was told he's not allowed to do Mad Mel anymore.
Nick was in Hawaii for a lot of the, reading through a lot of mentions and things that were being said, still being said. But that's going to be pretty epic days there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When people are just learning of something that has come into their life.
You're really good.
I've thought about that a lot. Crush it. Absolutely crush it. It's going to launch that. So much shit that we do, people are going to watch for the first time. I'm excited to get the reactions to it.
Me too.
I've thought about it. Like, people are going to either think, wow, these guys are geniuses.
Yeah.
Or it's going to be the complete opposite.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which I'm banking on.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of that.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be some people on the other side that are like, how long have these guys been doing this? Oh, like 5 years. Yeah, same thing.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. Anybody can make it. It might be. Might be.
Which is awesome.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
Inspiration. You know what I mean? Let's go to the phones. Let's go to Nick in Texas. What's going on, Nick?
Nothing much. How you guys doing?
Keep it moving, Nick. What part of Texas?
Frankston. You've asked me that 3 times now. I'm
Come
not
on,
from the
Pat.
big green side. I'm from the opposite side.
This is Scroggins. This guy does great work on the internet. We appreciate your work, Scroggins. What's going on, pal?
Nothing much,
How dare you
Pat. I was wondering if there's going to be like a side by side between Mad Mel and Mel, and also since you're moving to ESPN, is there a chance that Greeny may not come on the program and drop the F-bomb?
What? Whoa,
that's a good problem.
Yeah, he will. Nick,
Just won the Super Bowl.
He already got his bet.
We got it in there. And there's also some conversations that have kind of opened up about, the last hour and a half that'll be on YouTube only.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're allowed to swear on there, right?
Well, I do believe there's going to be a lot of, I told you, from me to a lot of people. I think the way this is kind of all unraveling here. So I Nick, don't just assume whatever is going to.
Don't rule anything out.
You know what I mean? Because I'm the one that offered up the less fucks, just being a good business partner, and also as somebody like that didn't want to just turn people off from our show, that could probably benefit from watching our show. Maybe be a little happier the way they go through things. Yeah. Maybe look at sports a different way as a celebratory as opposed to just like drama all the time. Don't want to just immediately run them off because we say, fuck. Well, that being said, we're being told by some people like, hey, hold on now. It's like,
not so fast.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Might be putting fucks up in it.
What?
AJ, it's crazy.
What's going to go on the last hour and a half? Or just all of it?
Just everything. Like, the more we learn.
Oh,
ESPN Liaison's here again.
Yeah.
Okay. This guy used to be in the fucking MLS.
Yeah, fucking gas.
The Gas is his name. This guy used to play in the MLS. Gets a team. Understands team stuff. Like, fits in here very well.
Yeah.
He is the point person for us in ESPN. So this guy is going to take a lot of shit. I mean, this guy, you know what I mean? We've had a couple of these people at a couple of different companies that we've done business with over the past. This person has to be built for it.
Thick skin.
You know what I mean? Has to be built for it. Because there's going to be some people on the other side that are going to say some things, and I'm a tough sell. I mean, like, if I believe in something, it is going to be tough to get me just to be like, okay, all right, you know what? You're right. So there's a lot of like, no, go back and say, or I will if you'd like me to. Yeah. And every person says, no, you got to do it. Started with Matt Conti, who's now the Colts PR guy who has to handle, hundreds of bets potentially happening from the facility.
Right.
He is built for it. He's a good friend of the program. We all know who he is. But he used to come to me with things that were being said, and I assumed those normal conversations were like, okay, you got it, let's fix it. I would send him back with a fucking message like, nah. Tell them, boom. And that's kind of how I've always been. So whenever we get into this business world where we're working with somebody or a company and they have a thought, somebody that does not matter, has zero importance, I have never heard from before, not negotiation, they pop in, they have a thought, they hit the liaison up in a company. Liaison then has to pitch this beautiful idea to us. And then if I hate it, like I'm not quiet. Like I'm like, nah,
can't be.
Never going to do that. That person then has to go back and tell that person who had the brilliant idea. You know what I mean? Or I do it, and then that person's like, wow, this is actually my job. And that is a tough job.
Yeah. He's built for it.
This guy's fucking built for it.
Yeah, he's ready.
Hey, we got a good one.
We do.
Absolutely.
We got a good one. I think legitimately a good one here. That's going to help. He's going to take it on the shins, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's taking on the shins from us just in here and the 2 times he's been in here. So I think we're kind of trying to prep his shins.
Because we like him.
You know, bamboo stick in his shins.
A lot of shit talking.
Yes.
And everything you guys have said about ESPN, just know that we have said the same thing to him.
Yeah, we are reiterating.
As if it was him.
Yeah.
As if it was everything that has ever happened is his fault. He has to just sit there and take
and just eat.
And he has.
And he has. He actually fires back every once in a while.
Which is nice.
It's good. It's good. Not at the defense of it, but like, yeah, just wait until we make you guys and he says something. And it's like, oh, this guy gets it. This guy gets it. So we're in a good spot, AJ. And we're getting introduced to all the tools and weaponry that we're going to be have at our disposal.
No wonder they're the
going to be laying a
worldwide
lot of
leader.
scunion. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Bro, I guess there is a little bit of an advantage.
A little.
Like
Yeah, thing.
a $15 billion operation behind what you're doing. Yeah, Ty's over there saying, yeah.
So we're done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what we're thinking? Mm-hmm. So Nick Scroggins, take it easy. I think more people over at ESPN get it than people are expecting.
And the people that matter.
And the people that matter get it.
Yes.
I think it's just because what you have seen does not mean what it will be. And once again, we are way too dumb to change. And I think that is something that has to be, and we're stubborn. You can say I'm fucking very stubborn. So I think everybody's kind of witnessed that.
Yeah, you just don't want to be on the other side, looking back, getting those responses. Like, are you sure about that? Was that right? You might as well just bet on the other side just because of that possibility down the road.
There are sometimes I get in my bag, you know what I mean? And there'll be like an email sent from somebody I've never heard of before. And they have figured out our show, you know what I mean? So then I do research on this. And I guess trolls on Twitter have made me better at this. Because somebody will say something to me and they're like, Pat doesn't have time to look into me. I do. I go right to their Twitter account. I go right to their media. I'm looking at photos of them from 2015. Of
course.
Like I'm learning about these people. That whenever I craft my 140 characters back, like at least it's coming from a position of a little bit of knowledge of the person, because that person knows a lot about me.
Yes.
I don't know a lot about that person. So I got to at least do a little bit of research if we're going to engage here. I've gotten some emails from people and I didn't know who they were. About an hour and a half I'll spend let me see where this person went to school, who... You've been in like 10 different jobs, 3 years. Seems like you got the school degree, but not the actual talent. Okay, all right. Okay, now let's type one of these. Hello, David.
Yeah. Enter.
Yeah. I just read your thoughts, and let me give a couple of my key takeaways. Once again, thank you for your time. And then I will 5-6 scroller of breaking down why completely wrong, why I feel the way I feel, and why I would appreciate never hearing from that person ever again. And then I'll contemplate it. I'll take a screenshot, send it to the boys. How do we feel about this? Little heavy-handed, and then there is literally an exact reaction from the entire group. Fucking send it. And then boom, goes through. And I just like to think of the other side holy fuck.
Oh, man.
Never read that before.
Yeah.
Never. This guy looked into where I went to high school. Yeah, I did have 2 goals my senior lacrosse season. Okay? Jeez, get off my ass, pal. It's yeah. So I want everybody to have a little faith in us, but also faith in the people that we've met thus far that are in direct relationship of the program and how the program will go have been good.
Yeah, absolutely. And have a little faith in the fact that we might be a little petty when it comes to the other side of this coin.
What do you mean?
Just that, people don't just read things and then just say, oh, okay, I never actually read that. You will, sometimes you read stuff and it's like, oh, I remember what this fucker said.
Yeah,
I got a couple of those.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I got some drafts already.
There's a lot of things that were said.
Yeah, a lot for a long
by
time.
our people.
On the internet, too, for a long time. Like a week in the grand scheme is a long time. On the internet, that is
like a month.
Damn near a month. Yeah.
Let's go to Robert in Sunrise, Florida. Okay. Down here in South Florida. Good time to be there. What's going on, Bob?
AJ knows where that is.
Hey, boys. How we doing?
Hey, it's doing good.
Hey, that's good to hear. Yeah, man. Pat, Ty, I hate to say it, but your good nights are going to get put to sleep.
Oh,
shit.
Good night.
Night.
Sleep tight.
Oh. Beddy time.
Wow.
How'd you come up with that fucking idea?
That's smart.
Just on the spot a little bit, but I mean, you got to prove it on the road. We'll see if that happens. Probably not going to happen.
Already
got to put together a nice home, but
We're losing you, Bob. But whenever you think about good night, sleep tight, golden nights, is that not scary you a little bit?
No, because so far the Golden Knights have outscored the Panthers by about 8 goals in the first 2 games and have literally dominated from fucking puck drop to final whistle. So, hey, maybe Bob will wake up and then we'll talk, on Friday if this series is 2-1. But you got to show me something, son.
Yeah.
Okay? Right. I mean,
you ain't done nothing.
Right.
Exactly.
Obviously, he's sleeping up on that fucking rock.
Yeah, he didn't watch a single.
What the?
He hasn't seen a single second. Of this night's team.
Rock sleeper.
It's not good night. It's great night.
Yeah,
every
right.
night.
Let's go.
For the golden nights. Yeah, it's actually a golden night.
Bingo.
That's what it is.
And I can't wait for fucking Marchessault to just stick his skate through the heart of every Panthers fan. He remembers. He remembers. Oh, I wasn't good enough to play here, huh?
Oh, is that right? Ship me out of town, huh?
Okay, yeah. I won't ever forget that. Oh, wait a minute. We're playing you guys in the Stanley Cup final.
8 p.m. Eastern tonight, youtube.com/That's Hockey Talk.
Boom.
Oh, yeah.
There'll be a great episode of Stanley Cup Finals edition
Hell yeah.
of That's Hockey Talk with Nikki Skates, Rupper, Bubba Gumpino,
And potential, not confirmed yet, but hoping, Biz Nasty, Paul Bissonnette.
Whoa! Biz has been working long hours.
Yeah.
He got dunked on yesterday, too, by Connor Bedard.
Yeah, 2 days ago, I think, right? Or
2 days ago, yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome, too. I see there's some good hockey players here, and Biz.
Bedard might have it.
Hey, Biz, I like that.
Yeah,
I like the moxie.
me too.
He's dog. I like that he keeps saying me and the other prospects as well, as if he's not just the only one that's being talked about. So I like his humility. I think hockey kind of has that in there.
Yeah.
Biz has put hockey on his back, though.
He kind of carries that NHL, pre-game.
Biz has done so much for the NHL. He should be. Hey, Biz, way to go, Biz.
Way to go, Biz. You done good.
You done good, Biz. You done really good. So handsome up there too with Henry. Hey, do you see the shit he's wearing at the end of that table?
Oh yeah,
King Henry at the end.
He's awesome.
So
He
good.
is.
He's got these 3-piece suits on, like perfect beard.
He's a Renaissance man. He came on last season, or maybe beginning early this season, I can't remember, and he played guitar. He's fucking unbelievable. He's a worldly talent.
Yeah, I would say.
You know who he's really good friends with, too?
Who?
Mattson.
Really?
Yeah, him and Mattson are boys in real life.
Mattson,
the actor from Succession.
Okay, I didn't know if you're talking about running back for the Vikings. You're talking about Gojo.
Yeah, Gojo Mattson.
Dude, what a play by Mattson.
What a play.
Hey, Mattson was working. You thought maybe this guy doesn't have it figured out. Fake numbers, just kind of a con artist, scam man.
Blood
kind
stuff.
of a weirdo, yeah.
Yeah.
And then at the end, it's like, oh, he had it.
He knew it the whole time.
Just finished last night. So good.
So good.
Incredible ending.
You knew it was going to happen?
You guys kind of gave me some hints, but I still didn't know, and it was perfect. I don't think they could have did it any better.
How about the poll, though, that I put out right before the season?
Oh, yeah.
It was, everybody kind of had the Disgusting Brothers.
Yeah. I think that was wishful thinking.
I think so, too.
And then all of a sudden,
what?
You know what happens.
What?
All of a sudden, one guy makes a mistake right towards the end. Just a little mistake. And then that was all she wrote.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, who was it?
It was one guy who put his feet on a table.
Really?
And you can't do that.
Especially when it's your dad's.
Bingo.
Yeah.
What a show.
So good.
AJ, you watched that show, right? You seen it?
Oh, yeah. I finished it.
You're watching it right now.
Well, I'm not nowhere near where y'all at, so don't tell me too much more.
I mean, I can't believe Foxy made it 10 days.
Hey, have you
watching.
seen the best part, Pat, though, is they talk about Brian Cox, who is, the old man. They talk about he complains about how Kendall stays in character all the time, and they complain about like his whole method.
Yeah, so he's like Jim Carrey for the Moon movie.
Man on the Moon, yeah.
Man on the Moon
Takes
movie.
it very seriously.
Yeah, where he's off on the set just being Kendall the entire time.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, okay, you're not actually a drug addict.
But Jared Leto.
Yeah, that whole thing. But they're kind of heralded as being the best actors, right? The people that just can't turn it on and turn it off.
Yeah, for sure. He's probably. I would guess that he's going to win the Emmy for best actor in like a drama series.
And then all his supporting parts are going to be like, yeah, but at what cost? You know what I mean? Like,
We all hate you.
Every moment of our life, we had to fucking live with this guy for 4 months.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad, Jared Leto peed in Will Smith's cereal because he was the joke. I'm not sure. I just remember Will talking about it.
Yeah, he loved it.
We don't know if that's
I don't
true.
know if
He
that's
actually
true.
asked Leto to do it allegedly.
I just remember him.
We don't know if that's none of that.
Guys.
No.
Seems like that's coming from a
Not
place
that.
of not truth.
What,
but
because they were rivals?
No, because Leto was
they were-
doing the method acting and he was playing the Joker.
So he peed in a guy's cereal?
Allegedly, yeah. Will Smith has
In real life?
In real life.
He
Will
was
Smith
climbing
has-
up the side of a building yesterday, so who the fuck knows?
Who?
Yeah, that's right.
Leto.
He was. You're right.
Will Smith went on a
All
talk
right,
show.
let's cover a couple things.
No
here.
ropes or
You
anything.
just brought this up. So, climbing up beside a building. Do you know that psychopath from Free Solo, Alex Honnold, who had a kid, right? He has a baby now. I got a chance to see him at the Disney Upfronts.
Oh, yeah.
And as I saw him sitting down, I went over and I had to shake his hand because I said, listen, Honnold, I fucking love everything you're about. Now, I don't know how your brain operates. Seems like it's vastly different than every other human. You just have no fear. You just sign up to just put yourself in actual death situations every day of your life and then just go, and then kind of keep it moving. That's kind of what I learned. I said, your documentary Free Solo had my wife and I for like 3 days talking about like, this is insane that a human is able to come. The talent, obviously absurd, but the mental capability of being able to do what you do is crazy. And he goes like, oh, thank you. He's like super humble or whatever. And then he said, congrats on the kid or whatever, because you watched my speech. I said, cool. And I said, do you have a, he said, yeah, I just had a baby. I'm like, cool. So that means you're no longer, and he goes, definitely changed the way you think. This morning, a video just got posted. This guy's doing like the scariest thing of all time.
Definitely the biggest sketchy thing I've done since I've been a dad.
Yeah.
The idea was to do a complete traverse of the Red Rock Range via the most classic rock climbing routes, tagging as many summits as possible along the way.
See how it goes.
It's a pretty top-notch roller coaster ride up and down the entire range.
With 150 pitches of climbing interspersed. Almost a little scary up in here. Potentially a 36-hour adventure.
Will we see this on Real Rock?
Look at the people with ropes. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Oh, wow.
Excuse me. Let me go around you. You got a rope, I don't.
Half the route of down climbing, I was like, it's pretty hard.
I feel a little busted for sure, but cruising along. I'm starting to feel a little jello-y.
Look at that.
The night shift. Oh.
Pitch black.
Like on lightheaded.
By hour 20 or so, you lose track of time and place. It feels infinite.
In 24 hours, I feel totally destroyed. Like a life record. You're still alive. If we go too much further, I'll fall to my death, probably.
It looks kind of terrifying.
HURT stands for...
What is this guy's deal? Hey, I'm happy those humans are out there, though.
Yeah.
If he was to do American Ninja Warrior, he wins, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
He's so quick in there. What a one-of-one individual right there, old Honnold. He's very good at what he does. He loves it, and he seemingly has something in his brain that just shuts off about fear. What a weapon Alex Honnold is.
I want to watch him start climbing these skyscrapers. I see him on YouTube. These guys free climbing skyscrapers up the windows to 90 stories. Like he could probably do that in 5 minutes.
He's probably like, so is there little?
Yep.
He's like, what are we?
Oh, that's not. Oh, they're all the exact same.
I'm actually going to tie one arm behind my back
Mm-hmm.
and alternate leg behind me. I'm actually going to tie these two to each other. I'm going to be shackled.
Yep.
And then I'll use my knee, he would just fucking get right up it.
Yeah.
He puts his fingers in his little cracks like this. Yeah. And then he just like hangs and dangles like, let me get some more chalk here. Oh my God, I'm 1,000 feet above other rocks and everything like that.
Absurd.
Who cares? 20 hours into this thing, just, man. Certain death.
Yeah, a little bit wider, I'll fall to my death.
Yeah. What an alien. This guy is an alien, AJ.
He's going to climb with his kid probably in a year or two.
Oh,
yeah. I get scared of all that stuff.
Do something else.
Like the squirrel costume guys.
What else is he going to do?
The squirrel costume guys all die. Like, I've wanted to do the flying squirrel costume thing. I'm like, you know what? That'd be a cool thing to do. Just go.
Do it. Don't go through a mountain, though. Don't go try to go underneath like an overpass or mountain. Just do it up in the open air.
Yeah, I want to do it like off a cliff, I think is what I would want to do. Like, because the run and jump off thing is the cool thing. Like, I think that is the part. Like, you have to be able to.
Good luck.
Mentally, you have to be able to jump over a cliff. Like, that would be. I think that's the big test. And then the flying thing is like, oh, I'm a fucking bird right now. Like, I would like to train to get to that, I thought at one point. And then I watched a documentary on it. They're talking about like the numbers of people that die that tried it.
So many.
So high.
Yeah.
The death rate is so high. The free solo one, the death rate, so high. That the guy that was climbing the ice peaks, Mark Leclerc.
Yeah, the alpinist.
Ooh, yeah.
The alpinist, which is another great one to watch. Like, the death rate's so high for those people. You got to really have a passion for it, I guess. I don't know how they dive into it.
Just got to live vicariously through guys like TC.
Yep.
Because guess what? Next Mission Impossible movie, TC will don a squirrel suit and jump off a cliff and actually do it. You just got to live vicariously through him.
Obviously, this is a white sport.
Bingo.
It's definitely a white sport.
Well said.
Actually,
I'm
Both documentaries. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
my
know.
hands are sweating here just watching.
Have
that,
you seen
bro.
Free Solo?
No.
Oh, watch it. Your palms will sweat the entire time.
Yeah.
It's crazy because you like, you start to care about him, obviously, just because he seems to be like the most humble, quiet, has no idea that he's a talent guy. He's living in a fucking van eating like these raw potatoes.
Yeah.
Like that is, like it is in a film, this documentary, and he's the greatest of all time at what he does. So he climbs all these things with no ropes, and they documented him climbing like the hardest face of whatever.
Yeah, in Yellowstone,
In the history of rocks, this thing's impossible. Could have died at any moment, and they just filmed it. It won so many. I think it won an Oscar.
It did.
You will sweat out of there. And then the next one you watch is The Alpinist, which is the Canadian version of Alex Honnold, who, because Canada's colder, he just climbs like the fucking ice peaks of actual mountains, and he doesn't have a thing, and it's just like ice tsunamis, I guess.
Yeah, big sheets of ice.
Just fall on his head while he's just fucking climbing up to these things. Only person to do it. And I don't want no spoilers towards the end of it, but we did not know how Mark Leclerc thought about how people received his doc.
Yeah.
Because while shooting said doc, Mark Leclerc died.
Yeah. Disappeared, didn't tell the crew where he was going.
Wanted to go do one, felt like he did need a little less pressure.
Yeah.
Just wanted to do it for fun.
There's a base jumping. Have you seen the base jumping doc?
Oh, yeah.
Like 30 seconds to hell or 50 seconds to hell?
Yeah, and a couple of people in that particular doc.
Oh, yeah. They talk about it, actually.
Yeah.
Oh,
How sweet
no.
is that right there?
Look at that.
How sweet is that, dude?
So close to the mountain.
They got a parachute.
Yeah, you got a parachute, but you just, you're kind of guiding your fall. You're falling with style like you're, who's the astronaut in Toy Story?
Buzz
Buzz Lightyear, there it is.
Come on. I've seen this before, but jeez.
That's awesome, isn't it? That would be fucking cool.
Nuts.
No, it wouldn't. No.
Yeah, that is so low to the ground.
Have you seen like that looks like in Top Gun Maverick whenever those 4 daggers come around the corner with how low they're flying? I mean, you just got to lift your head up like a baby on tummy time.
Yep.
And then you're just going right back up.
I mean, what if you catch a cramp? Like, what if you catch a cramp in your pec or something?
Cramp,
or you catch a downdraft.
That's why the percentages of the people that do this just die. Like, shout out to all the humans doing all this stuff just for fun.
Good luck.
Have you seen the mountain bike one?
Oh,
They're going.
Through the favelas.
Those are real too. I can't believe those are real. When I see some of
that one was awesome.
There was one in like Brazil I saw. They made
love those.
They made a town like the houses are all stacked on top of each other in the hill. And there's like a walkway, sidewalk. Somebody's front door went right to one. It was like a race. It looked like a great time. But if they fell, they're literally falling, I think, like off the fucking mountain.
Yeah.
It's crazy. The X Games, I was watching them yesterday. They're in Japan.
Ooh.
I was watching the X Games in Japan.
Sal Masekela?
Sal Masekela was not on a microphone.
What?
Yeah, I don't think, at
Where
the
is
time
he?
I was watching, Sal Masekela was not on a microphone. But they were doing the fucking ramp, the vert thing.
Is Sal competing?
No, Sal don't compete. Come on.
He's the voice of the X Games.
Well, then why the hell doesn't he have a microphone then? If he's the voice of the X
He might have been doing the nightcap. The one I saw was previously recorded.
Oh,
He better. Gas would know. He better.
Gas, where's Sal? Hey, Gas.
Come here, boy.
Whoa.
Gas.
You guys fired Sal Masekela? All right.
It's yes or no.
He is Extreme Games.
Yeah. He's been doing it for how long? X Games? Sal Masekela.
Yeah.
Winter X Games.
Sal Masekela.
When's the last time you've seen him?
Well, it's last time we watched the X Games.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Every summer.
That's why I asked if he was competing, if he's
And
not
winter.
fucking talking.
As I was watching the X Games, I thought to myself, like, man, X Games used to be
The thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
And now I don't think anybody knew it was in Japan. Had a pretty cool setup. The guys are still doing sweet stuff.
Better than the Olympic setup?
It's
a shame.
I don't
Remember the Olympic setup?
It was
They
awesome
built
back
that
in the day,
mountain?
though.
It was. It was awesome back in the day.
Is there just too much going on right now for us to dial in on that?
You know, the problem with us is we've seen it all.
Yeah.
You know, that's our problem.
Yeah, I mean, look at those videos. We're watching the squirrel suit video. I'm like, well, nothing at the X Games compares to that.
Yeah, we have gotten to a point where everything's just been desensitized to how great it actually is because we've seen it so often and we've seen other stuff. So I think that's our problem. It's because we're such a basic species.
We don't have any stars either. We used to have, all the skateboarders and Ryan Nyquist and Dave
Bucky
Mira,
Lassick.
Bucky Lassick, Tony, Bob Burnquist. The list goes on and on. We don't have those guys anymore.
Yeah. Remember Ryan Sheckler's show?
Remember?
Like he was a guy.
He was so cool, Sheck.
I don't think people skateboard as much anymore. Like I get excited when I see people
It does.
skateboarding.
Mitt does.
Mitt skates.
Mitt
you
doesn't
skate.
Where's our guy Jagger Eaton? Is he in it?
Oh, he's still going. I
Is
follow
he
him on
winning?
Instagram. He's awesome.
There's another guy, big name, won yesterday. He big
Naja?
Naja?
Wasn't Naja.
No.
Anyways, congrats to all of them. Doing great.
Yeah, keep crushing.
One more phone call before we get the hell out of here. Let's go to.
What states do we have?
All right, we got a couple here. This one seems to be a little bit off the beaten path. This one's pissed off at KFC. Eric in West Virginia, what's going on?
How's it going, boys? Keep it moving.
Okay, good.
Just wanted to tell y'all. Y'all were talking about Starry the other day, the Sierra Mist or whatever it was, and how Pepsi, nobody wants Pepsi. Pepsi, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the KFC Taco Bell combos. You ever seen those?
Oh, yeah. Come on.
We live here in America.
Yeah. Welcome.
right.
Yeah, we eat.
So the reason that we even have those is because Pepsi thought it would be easier just to buy out those brands along with Pizza Hut.
Yes,
because instead of Yum Brands, you got it. Yeah, they bought them out because it would be easier just to sell their Pepsi products there.
Okay.
Because nobody wants them.
Okay, thank you so much, Eric. Appreciate
Pepsi's
that.
great. Pepsi has great products.
We're talking strictly about the Sprite alternative.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Pepsi has a lot of great products, though.
I'm not picking Pepsi over Coke ever. But
I am. I do.
Diet.
You're a
freak.
Really? Diet Coke is disgusting. Diet Pepsi is disgusting as well.
What about
Pepsi
Coke Zero?
Tastes better than Coke.
Coke Zero.
Zero's all right. All pop tastes great.
I had
Trust
a
me.
nice
It all
cold
tastes
Pepsi.
great. but I
You've
just
never
think
had
Pepsi
pop.
is better than Coke.
When was the last time you had a pop?
Not that long ago. If we'll have pizza or something, there's a fountain. I like to get my fountain Pepsi or fountain whatever.
He says this every
good.
time.
Mountain Dew, though. Hey, like Pepsi has Mountain Dew. That's a.
Oh,
That's
there's
huge.
there's no thing with. I had a Pepsi thing back in the day at Deal, and the guy was telling me, he's like, there is no comparison to Mountain Dew. Nobody has anything like Mountain Dew. Like what is it? Mellow Yellow tries, but there's nothing like Mountain Dew.
Yeah, Mountain Dew is the weapon that Pepsi has in the back pocket.
For sure.
That Coke does not have. But I am a Coke Zero, more specifically Sprite. I am a Sprite guy.
Sprite's great.
Yes.
Sprite's great.
So that's kind of where I live. So with the Pepsi alternative to Sprite has always been a disappointer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Always been hey, can I get Sprite? We got Pepsi products.
Never mind then.
All right. Across the street, I'm good.
Yeah.
They're my business.
There was
house.
a 2-liter Dew delivered to this office this morning.
Goddamn right.
Nice.
Is that you?
Me and Nick, he was getting Pizza Hut, and I said I haven't had the Hut in such a long time. I will get a personal pan pizza today, and I sure as hell did. And we also got a 2-liter too.
Is that 2 liter in the fridge right now?
You goddamn right
I mean,
it is.
hope you had some more, Ty. You could eat 6 personal pan
You
pizzas.
could, but before the
Nick,
show.
Nick and Ty, the food that is going through these gullets.
Yeah.
Nick is disgusting. Like Nick, the way
What do
Nick,
you mean?
just the food that he has at the time in which he eats it. It is
Ludicrous.
It is ludicrous.
It's unbelievable.
He's like Foxy, wiry. Nick, wiry as well. So Nick knows that he can eat whatever, whenever. And although he might gain some weight, and when he has a shirt off, he might look a little different. But exterior, not really that much of a difference ever in Nick. We're talking like cinnamon rolls on top of like 24-ounce drinks of whatever, with like sandwich fries,
The
nuts,
candy.
a pizza, candy.
Hell yeah, packed.
It is like a never-ending supply of food. It's just like, damn, I'm jealous of that. And then Ty, we all know what he'll put in his body. You know what I mean? Ty will.
Whatever I need to.
Boom. And they sit next to each other and they kind of egg each other on.
The timing is what gets me.
The disgusting brothers at about 10:45.
I mean, I've had Jersey Mike's about 10 out of the last 12 days. So
Good
I said,
subs, though.
and I wanted to get it
They're
again,
good.
but I heard, hey, I'm getting Pizza Hut. I said, God damn, it's been too long since I've had the Hut, so I had to. I had no choice.
Just so everybody knows, too, how our show views the whole thing. Pizza Hut is the greatest chain pizza available
Bar none.
at all times. Thank you.
Forever and ever, amen.
Aside from
No
Little
further
Caesars,
discussions.
Aside from Little
I can agree.
Caesars.
Little
I'll agree
Caesars
with that.
sucks.
I just want to give you a warning.
Pizza's good. Little Caesar's good.
It's okay.
Disgusting.
Pizza Hut is the
All
most.
pizza's good.
Yes, agree. Not
never
all,
had it.
Not all. There's some shit, but pizza.
know.
Yeah, there is. I mean,
The people that try to get too fancy, yes, and put garbage on it, that is garbage.
that and then the complete opposite direction with no flavor at all on anything. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I guess what you did here is pizza, but the whole. There has to be some sort of talent in the cooking of the thing. But Pizza Hut, I think, most consistent, most flavorful on a most regular basis. And also, their wings.
Top notch.
So good.
Oh,
Great wings. And that personal pan is undefeated.
So good. Now, there's other people that like Little Caesar. I like Little Caesars too. It's quick.
Got
It's
to eat it
cheaper.
the same night though. Like Pizza Hut, if you want to put the time to like put that back in the oven the next day or just microwave it, like it is still very good. Little Caesars, trying to eat that the day after, that's a no-go.
You might as well eat it over the garbage can.
Yeah, bingo. Now, because it's coming out anyways.
Exactly.
And you might have to poop it out anyways.
Yeah.
That's the way it runs.
Sure.
Ty is from No Italian Heaven, Iowa. Okay. Foxy's from No Italian Heaven, Michigan.
Yep.
Okay, so whenever we're having these conversations about pizza, we're talking strictly franchise pizzas.
Yeah, not Right. mom
We
and pop.
all agree that mom and pop pizzas are the best pizza because obviously they're cared for the most. We're talking strictly franchise pizzas.
Yep.
We are strong on the Pizza Hut team over here.
Big time.
Some people try to go against it though, Ty, there for a bit.
Oh yeah, they did. And where are those people today?
They're on Pizza Hut side now.
Exactly.
We ran a lot of experiments. We started like cold calling, ordering these other places.
Yep.
Oh, is that right? Do it. 10 pizzas.
Because we had a Domino's close to the office downtown. In a pinch, sometimes we'd have someone walk over there and get some Domino's. And it's okay. It's fine. It's
pizza.
It's
Yeah.
pizza. It ain't no fucking Pizza Hut though.
You know what they have though? The Pizza Hut does not have.
They do the lava cakes.
The lava cakes are the best dessert.
Who
from
does? Who has that?
Domino's.
My daughter's always asking for lava cake. Like she wants
Best ones.
Domino's?
Best ones probably on the market.
We did.
Good to know.
We started ordering pizza from that other place downtown that kind of came out of nowhere as well, Kilroy's.
Oh,
that pizza.
Kilroy's pizza.
Oh,
is
well,
good.
that's-
But
yeah, that's more
that's
of a-
Yeah, not a
restaurant.
chain,
That
not a
does
chain.
it,
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like we were getting like the chef's best effort on that.
Right.
pizza.
Well, and we were ordering it basically before they were
Even
open.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that was a fucking good pizza.
You put like ham and pineapple and all that on there?
I will. I'm not scared of it, especially after going to, I'm basically honorary use at this point with how much I've gone to Hawaii. Pineapple on a pizza, I am a firm believer in. I was not, and I see people get real pissed off about it. But you get the right dough with a little
sweet
pineapple, a little pepperoni.
It hits different.
Too many weird textures.
I like
weird
ham.
textures involved.
No, it's good. You just power right through it. You fold that.
I don't like pineapple at all, but we definitely don't like it on pizza.
I gotta have pizza. I'm gonna eat a pizza. I've been eating real good, trying to do my best.
Hell yeah.
I think we gotta have a pizza.
Thin-
If
thin
you want to
crust
join
Pizza Hut
us,
sounds pretty
on
good.
Friday for Fridays, we'll get a sampler platter, maybe some riblets.
So we got shark board coming tomorrow. That's another thing we got to figure out. These things are impossible to find here in Indiana.
Yeah, it's bowl.
Shark board's impossible to find. We're gonna have to do it ourselves, I guess. We just got a smoker. We'll figure it out.
Well, Herbie needs to, go downtown. Around here it might be tough, but on his way.
Oh,
in.
that could be downtown boys can maybe.
Exactly. Yeah, we'll put
Okay,
something
thank
together.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Don.
Look at you
Anytime.
adding that into your list.
Very simple to do.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here. We got a good show tomorrow, don't we?
Oh yeah.
Huge show.
And also, we got a game to react to, a finals game, and a finals game to look at, and then one to look ahead at.
Life is good.
Tomorrow might be the greatest day we've had in a long time.
Come on.
Pack, let's go ahead and do some giveaways. Why don't you head up to the golf simulator?
You want me to pass these? Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can throw them up there.
Throw them up there.
Yeah, you can throw 'em up there. Pack, obviously.
Never
you
mind,
maybe
you can
take
carry 'em.
3. Yeah, the guy caught 6 or 7 balls off the
He'll be
jugs
okay.
machine.
Yeah, a long time ago though. We were
You look so cool, Pack.
I took a bonus ball, I guess.
Oh, did he take 4?
Yes, he did.
My homie.
Oh, we knew that was going to happen.
I didn't know
Smart,
I didn't
smart.
know the back of that thing had words on it.
Oh yeah,
What's that?
4.
4 is good. 4 is good.
What does it say? My John Deere's green.
Yeah, my homie's brand is.
My
John Deere
homie's brand
too.
is designer, too.
Oh.
He's going through the Hawk House. Don't be scared of those weights either, Pack. You know what I mean?
He has been this week.
What's that, getting after it?
Yeah, he's been scared of the weights big time.
Hey, the Hawk House is popping in the morning. I got here this morning. Urbo was in here all by himself. Didn't know how to turn the lights on. Pitch black.
Had a baby.
See, that's
Was he,
just a
was he
move.
lifting?
Yeah, he was in the gym. I don't know if he was lifting yet or not, but I do know I walked in here and there was nothing. And I'm like,
I just
What
told
you
him.
do in
I've
the dark
showed him
comes
how to
light.
do it.
You know.
I told him how to turn the lights on last
Bruce
week.
did as well.
well, he's got this
kid.
new haircut. This might be a new.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
That is
yeah.
hair.
You
Okay.
dipshit.
New hair, new brain.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Pac-Man Jones, 14-year NFL vet, will attempt to shoot a golf sim shot. And if he's able to make one of these 4 attempts, we'll give 10 people $500 who retweet this video, say something nice to somebody, and put the most efficient way to...
Yeah, told you.
First one! Hey, hold up. See if you can make... Hey,
Yeah, keep going.
hold on.
Make 'em
Let's see if
all-
you can make... Yeah, hold on now. So 10 winners of $500 has already been decided. We'll make this thing 20 winners of $500. If Pat can go, you took the extra ball up, 4-4. All right, so that's what I thought the first one was
Yeah,
going to
yep, exactly.
Anyways, still got 10 winners, $500.
Oh!
What's that?
Might
You
be
got
a
one more,
shot.
don't you?
There's no-
Dialed.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
We're not going to
for-
leave that ball up there.
Throw a couple of those clubs over.
AJ. Oh, Jesus.
Wow. About the shot.
Yeah, we do smell you. To the 10 people winning $500 who retweet this video and say something nice to somebody and then put the most efficient way to pay you digitally. We can't thank you enough for watching. Shout out to Pac-Man, shout out to AJ, shout out to all the boys. Have an incredible day. Be nice to each other and say something nice to somebody. Goodbye.